everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Sons of Serizawa podcast. Joining me as always, I have Adam Noyce.
Hi.
Dylan McCandless.
What's up?
Andres Perez.
I do not always appear on other people's podcasts, but when I do, I prefer the Sons of Serizawa. Stay entertained, my friend.
And once again,
guess who's late?
David is not here. But tonight, he is going to show up eventually.
Which
So,
he has. He has
He's
in
coming.
every video.
He's coming.
Which he has in every video. Let me point that out. He does show
He's
up.
done this every time.
It's just a universal constant, you know.
I know
The
some.
water.
He's either got to be late or not show up at all.
I know some people don't watch the whole thing because it's long or whatever. But just watch it in 15-minute increments.
Pace yourself.
Or just listen to it during a very long.
Actually,
listen to it on your phone during a long car drive.
I recommend that people pace themselves because if they try to analyze our conversations, they might experience severe head trauma and might wind up being
Well, yeah, that happened. That
admitted
happened.
into the mental asylum out there.
Our conversations are so deep, they literally cause heads to explode.
However, if your head managed to survive the explosion, you may discover the meaning of life.
This is a side effect of watching the Sons of or listening.
You
to the
see,
Sons
all
of
of us in the Sons of Serizawa. Here's a very key thing. All of us in the Sons of Serizawa have discovered the meaning of life. We are just unwilling to share it.
Actually, you know what?
Yes.
I think I should spoil this. Okay, everybody. The meaning of life is winning our drawing Musla contest. So go win.
Yes.
Dylan, you weren't supposed to tell any of them. And
now
by
they
the
know.
way, the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was wrong. The answer is not 42. The answer is 43. And they did the computer did some miscalculation. They forgot to carry the fish over at the 2x plus 3.
Why do I have the feeling that Adam has done this math? Just before recording this video, he had this big whiteboard, all like Pacific Rim style, and he had all this math.
Well,
one of his friends was across from him, just ripping apart a kaiju.
And then here was. So, you know what that reminds me of? I posted on Facebook a comment where I was like, I just got done watching this military movie or whatever. It was made in 2012, and the thing was, it was really good. Like, everything was really good about it. It was an amateur film. Everything was really good. Well, actually, it wasn't an amateur film. It was an independent film. But everything was really good. But I felt bad because there was one thing that bugged me throughout the entire thing, and that was the guy's haircut was not in military regulation.
Excellent for difficulties.
Knowing you, I'm not surprised.
Right.
He refused to cut his hair just to be a dick.
I was like, oh, come on, you're wearing a goddamn...
Maybe he's such a good soldier that he doesn't have to cut his hair.
No, that doesn't happen.
only in the magic of Hollywood land does it happen.
I gotta tell you, there's this character in Operation Atragon that Gorizard was designing to be the main antagonist. And I wrote what his character was going to be, but what's going on?
We have lost Dylan.
My God.
Oh, no.
I have lost my manslave. No! Guys, I can't function without my manslave. I need him everywhere I go. What if an episode of the Godzilla gang has to be written right now? Who is going to do it?
Me.
Yeah, in that episode of the Godzilla gang, a lot of people are going to die.
Like you create like a character exclusively for me, and then you end up killing that character off in that one episode.
Well, that's the thing.
Never come back.
That's the thing you need to know about Adam Noyce is that once you fall in love with the character, I fucking kill him.
So you're just like George R.R. Martin in Game of Thrones. Once you fall in love with a character, he's gonna fucking die.
I don't always do this, but when I do, they have to go out with a bang. Like, whenever somebody dies in my zombie movies, no, they get, like, torn apart. They don't just, like, get bitten and then die. They have to, like, get torn apart. Like, I mean, we had Soap from Forest of Blood, and we had Archer from Lake of Death, and just wait until you watch Compound of Chaos. But
So if Adam were to write a JJ the Jet Plane script, he would have to die jizzing.
and then oh god, what's the name of the old guy? The old
Big Jake.
Jake wound up like dying of like a heart attack or something, and his heart literally explodes, causing his.
It's a nuclear bomb.
Right, so I basically just rip off Godzilla vs. Destroya, and...
Burning Big Jake. It's just Big Jake, but with, he's actually on fire. But he's still... No, Big Jake doesn't die fighting, he dies raping.
He wouldn't go out any other way.
And to solve the problem, instead of freezing him, what they do is they just take away the lube, and everything is fine. Okay.
Someone is arriving at the Sons of Serizawa podcast.
Billy.
Someone who we have been waiting for a very long time. And he has arrived 5 minutes late. The wonderful David Joshua Hernandez.
David Joshua Hernandez! 5 minutes.
Hallelujah.
Say something, damn it.
Well, I've been busy. Tearing off the mask of life, staring into the face of...
Okay, David, was that a Bionicle reference?
I love Bionicle.
No, it was actually a Big Bang Theory reference.
Oh, okay.
How is that a Bionicle reference?
I know, I was like, how is
The
that
Mask of Life. The mask
no, that's the golden
light.
mask.
Oh, that was the Mask of Light. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And who the fuck makes a Bionicle reference in 2013?
Someone who obviously grew up with Bionicles back in 2000.
I grew up with Bionicle. I also grew up with butt ugly Martians.
Oh
yeah, so did I. But I don't.
So did I.
So yeah.
The butt ugly Martians. I can't believe I remembered that theme.
I remember what caught me off guard with that show was that the bad guys wound up winning, and then the show got canceled or something.
In butt ugly Martians?
Yeah.
What? Who were the bad guys again? The government, right?
I forgot. Yeah, that figures.
The fucking government's always.
But you don't have a villain. Just turn to the government.
Oh my!
It's either that or some militaristic person who hates the.
You just turn to a really fucking asshole general.
Yeah, who just.
I always like to call them General Tight Ass. So whenever a movie just runs out of steam and just turns the government into a bad guy, I like to call it General Tight Ass syndrome.
Well, I also do the General Avatar, where they hate okay, here's the stereotype militarist. You have a complete imperialist, hates the environment. I mean, it's all of them. I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it's a bad syndrome. Fucking Hollywood needs to cut the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm serious, Hollywood. I'm watching you.
Why can't the government ever be the good guys? You know,
I'm
pretty sure they have their. In real life, the government has their feelings hurt every time they're portrayed as the villains. You know,
Obama's sitting there at his Oval desk thinking about this. Oh, that movie really hurt me because
what I missed.
We're talking about the government.
Oh, lovely. Since I left, we went from what were we talking about when I left?
JJ the Jet.
I don't know, but David's here now.
We went from JJ the Jet Plane with no lube
to the fucking government. Oh my god! But guys, wait, everyone quiet. A moment of silence because now we have all of the Sons of Serizawa in one.
Wait, when did David get here? Was it when my internet was having its hiccup or whatever?
Yes.
Dude, he's right here.
Speaking of all the Sons of Serizawa all joined up, I was thinking, what if we had an initiation process? Andres now has to watch Versus.
Yes!
Okay.
Everyone here has seen and fallen in love with Versus and had their life changed by it and probably jizzed while watching it. You must have the same event in your life. If you don't,
go watch it, and
you will be murdered.
And just add a little bit more icing to the cake. Go watch it and review it.
And for the record,
okay.
And promote our review of it.
Right. For the record, and I'm not going to say who this person is, but I've been talking to this person a lot lately. And let me just tell you guys this. He is Sons of Serizawa worthy.
Oh.
Good. We need reserve members because I don't think we can have like 6 people.
I know. That's
the only thing.
Yeah, it'd be like just like us overlapping each other even more so than we usually do.
Yeah, so here's what I will propose. If he is as worthy as you say, what we'll do
is it the one Adam that you were in the chat with recently that I still have to watch?
I will not deny nor confirm it.
He's pleading the fifth, so it's another government plot.
That was a pretty
fucking narc.
That was a pretty political way of responding. So I'm going to say that your answer is yes. Okay.
that's how the government agrees to shit. Is they are so fucking like ambiguous with it.
Are you behind this assassination? I will neither confirm or deny.
It's a better worded. It's a better worded answer than maybe.
That's how I answer every question. Wait, okay. Someone said, okay. So I was saying something. So here's what we'll do. Whenever, and this will probably happen soon. Whenever David is not here, I can see Dave. I can see the future. I can see 2 weeks from now. Like, something's going to come up, but so...
Rip off the mask of life again and discover that everything he thought was there was completely wrong, and now he has to completely battle these giant dragons in the green slime once again.
If you need to redefine your life again, we will have a new reserve member just in case any one of us has to call out for a certain week, and we don't want to change the recording time. So, how does that sound?
That sounds beautiful.
Wait,
yes.
Do you know what this person's geographic location is? Just out of curiosity, because right now, we're pretty well represented every single portion of America right now.
This person's geographic representation is in New York.
Oh, fellow New Yorker, I'm down with that. A fucking brother from another borough.
Damn it, we need a Midwesterner.
If he's your brother from another brother, that's
borough.
Disgusting.
No, Adam, I said burrow.
Almost as twisted as JJ the Jet Plane, man.
That is as twisted as JJ the Jet Plane.
Dylan.
Because, Adam, I'm related to JJ the Jet Plane.
Whoa.
My God.
I just rock some science on you cocksuckers.
Bill's biological father is Big Jake.
Bill, I am your father.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
And then he's like, search your feelings, you know it to be true. And Bill's like, no, seriously, it's impossible. You're a plane. And
you're a fucking airplane.
I have a major feeling that we are going to drive this joke into the ground. And
I think we already have.
I think that right now it's subterranean, so the only thing we can do is go to the core.
We are thoroughly flogging this dead horse. Like, at the beginning of Django where he shoots the horse in the face. This is like if after that all those slaves just got around in a circle and started kicking it.
And they're still doing it in the sequel.
Exactly.
This is jumping the shark, turning around, raping it, shooting it in the balls, chopping off its head, eating its flesh, mounting its head on the wall, and doing it to 12 more fucking sharks just to be safe.
Yep. Nostalgia critic reference.
I had an idea.
Okay.
It's the 5th year anniversary for ThatGuyWithGlasses.com had something called the Uncanny Valley. And it was nothing but a bunch of shorts made by the people from ThatGuyWithGlasses.com.
What did you think of that, by the way?
I thought it was really cool.
I enjoyed it.
I thought that Brad Jones, his one, to be honest, was probably the worst one out of there, but or at least in my opinion. But I can say this: it had the best meaning in it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the meaning was stop watching the fucking internet.
You're not far off, no.
That was the only short I actually watched, only because I'm a fan of the Cinema Snob.
Oh, the Cinema Snob is my favorite one, but
yeah, same here.
Just because he makes the smartest obscure movie references I have ever seen in a reviewer.
Oh yeah, well I mean that's the nature of his fucking website. But Adam, what's your idea?
Not only that.
I had an idea for I don't know how long has Sons of Serizawa been together.
4 weeks.
Well,
Okay.
as a
So when it
podcast,
comes-
but as
when it
a
comes-
group, we have existed in one form or another for a little over a year.
No, well, I mean, if you count the first 3, me, you, and David, that would be 2 years. This month.
Okay, so why don't I just had an idea. What if, like, for an anniversary thing, we all did our own little tiny short? Like,
I'd love it.
it would just be like 5 minutes. Doesn't even have to be like anything really spectacular.
Good,
And-
because I can't make anything really spectacular.
Dylan,
what I mean
here's
is-
what Dylan will do. Dylan will read you what his idea is in a video and draw something to put up on the screen, and that will be his short.
It's just a concept for a movie.
Anyway,
Or how about
Adam,
a
what
haiku?
would be the
How about a
what would be
haiku? You're pretty short.
to a haiku? Adam, what would be
is
the
that
nature of these
people who
shorts?
can make a video which somehow incorporates all of us in it.
So wait, we have to do a short that not directly, but somehow incorporates all the members of the Sons of Serizawa.
Right.
We could do that, or if
So in my video, I would have to wear Adam's hat, make a
Yes.
reference to an Asian fetish, while fighting werewolves, while talking about mutant velociraptors. I can do that.
No, you just
Yeah.
no, just
I was thinking something like,
that doesn't sound that difficult. That's my typical Saturday night.
he dresses up like all of us and just starts furiously masturbating.
No, okay.
that's my idea. It could
That's
like,
Dylan's
it could
Saturdays.
Like me, actually,
Wow,
you know what,
Bill.
it would really fit if Dave did this. But Dave is like, I need to find the meaning of life, and he goes to this temple, and somehow we are there. It's just
Somehow
he
we're
goes
there.
to
We're like mini bosses. We're like the guardians of that temple.
yeah, and he goes to one at a time.
we show up as Force ghosts.
Yeah. No, we're at the end of the movie as Forrest Ghost smiling at David.
and then Dylan gets replaced by a younger actor.
Yes. No, we have to wait like 30 years and then do that in the
And then
remastered version.
We do a remastered version of these shorts.
We put in a bunch of CG. We put in a bunch of CG. We replace older actors with younger ones, and we incorporate scenes that aren't really there for any reason, but look good, I guess.
CG rocks, CG animals, and
So my fight with Big Jake would be extended.
right.
We include a lounge singer for no reason whatsoever.
In the middle of my fight with Big Jake is just a stripper.
And then when Big Jake rebels, you have to edit in a no.
Oh,
I'm on the ground.
my God! Out of all the changes that George Lucas made to the original movies, the one that pissed me off the most
was
was the one where Darth Vader is watching his son getting murdered and just looking back at the Emperor and then looking back at his son. You guys know what scene I'm talking about?
yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Spoiler alert.
In the new version,
He screams no.
he screams no.
God.
That
And
has
I'm
to
like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, that totally defeats the purpose of that scene.
That is one of the reasons why the episode of South Park where Lucas and Spielberg rape Indiana Jones
It's so perfect.
hit it right on the head.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
And that's the one that
It's such a
that the fans should really be the maddest about. But most of the fans are hung up on this whole Greedo shooting first thing or Han shooting
I
first
know,
or whatever
and
the fuck it
that's
was.
Because the magic,
when it
the
comes to
magic
editing,
of that,
sorry.
the magic
Go ahead.
of that scene is that the whole purpose is that it needs to be quiet, because just even though you have no way of looking into Darth Vader's eyes, that scene conveys what's going on, and you know what Darth Vader is thinking.
Yeah, the only sound you need is that
Yep.
creepy ass music in the background.
Is that creepy ass music, and all it is him just looking back and forth. And I'll be completely honest, as I think I'm going to do a video pretty soon called my top 10 most powerful scenes in cinema history. That is why it would be. That scene is in this. It would be in that list.
Well, let me just say two things. I was in film class the other day, and my professor was talking about how, because someone had a Darth Vader shirt on, and it was one of those many faces of T-shirts. So it was the many faces of Darth Vader.
Bill, I have that shirt.
And wait, hang on, let me finish.
It's in my closet right now.
And put it on. Anyway,
why I'm not on camera?
Bill, put it on.
Anyway, so each one is the same, right? So my professor starts talking about how, that's one of the reasons that Darth Vader is such an amazing character, is because you're able to get all that emotion with that static face, and why that shirt is so fucking awesome is because it's not only hilarious, it's also true to why he's such a great villain.
Did your professor use the phrase "fucking awesome"?
I don't believe so.
I was about to say your professor's fucking awesome if he said fucking awesome, but no.
No, my professors have no problem with cursing. I just don't believe he did in that particular instance.
My current English teacher hates movies with a passion.
What? Just
him and I
in general?
Don't get along very well.
Well, he just hates movies.
He hates movies in general. He doesn't consider it art. And
he just starts knocking over cameras whenever he sees them.
Pictures and soundtracks going together. Blasphemy.
And he looked at me and he said, "You're the film guy, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes." He's like, "You and I are not going to get along." And I was like, "Why?" I know you're an English guy, but I mean, I love Shakespeare. That doesn't mean I was like,
it's like, drop your pants.
And he's like, "I hate movies. Movies I think are an abomination." And I was like, "Well, do you mean just adaptations from books?" He was like, "Yeah, mainly those." And I was like, "Okay, I can see that." And I looked at him and I said, "But you need to understand that film is a completely different medium than books. And therefore, that is why I think that if you change something in a movie adaptation from a book, it makes sense. Or it can make sense. Sometimes it doesn't. But
yeah, totally.
There are definitely
What was his response?
His response was, "But that's defeating the purpose." And I was like, "No, it's not." And I said, my favorite example of them having to change something in the movie that was different from the book is The Lord of the Rings. And I said, I don't care whether you like the books more or the movies more. And of course, I like the movies more. But I don't care. You can still say that both are good in their own ways. And he's like, "I completely disagree with you." And I'm like, what the fuck?
He's just like,
and then I looked at him and I was like, "Then what do you think of The Godfather?" Because The Godfather is literally an exact representation from the book, an exact scene for scene, line for line adaptation from the book. What do you think of that?
He's like, "I hate it because it killed my parents in an alley." And then everything made sense.
Everything made sense.
How does a movie kill parents in an alley?
Oh, you
don't worry. Dylan, don't worry about it. Just go with it.
The cast of The Godfather just came to this alley.
It's like this, and it's like the scene from RoboCop where they kill Alex Murphy. He just decimated his family with shotguns and shit.
Adam's teacher becomes Batman, and his version of the Joker is played by Al Pacino.
Why?
I also just
so serious.
I also just want to say this. We got talking about Greek literature for a little bit, and I brought up, he said, "What does anybody have their favorites?" And I said, "Mine's Jason and the Argonauts." And he said, "Why?" And
not because of the movie.
Well, I did.
I was like, "Get out of this classroom."
I said that. I was like, "Well, because when I was 6 years old, I got introduced to the Harryhausen movie." And he was like, "Ray Harryhausen?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I really hate that man. I'm glad he's." And I wanted to kill him.
I'm glad he's dead.
I legitimately wanted to jump out of my seat and kill him. Either that, or I'm going to follow this guy home and murder him. You know.
Then you recreate the scene from RoboCop on his ass.
Adam, imagine if you gave the greatest, most motivational speech about the importance of film to that teacher, and all of a sudden everyone in the classroom started doing the slow clap that you see in sports movies.
Yes.
I feel like your teacher is that troll that we were talking about, except he goes into movie theaters and just goes gay and then walks out.
He doesn't watch TV. He gets mad at you if you say the word ain't.
So he just has a problem with visuals?
He just has a problem with
He
everything.
just has a problem with everything. He's an old cranky bastard. That's exactly.
He just wishes he was. Wait, Adam. This would all make sense if he was blind.
That suddenly makes sense. But then how can he read?
He's a really good actor.
Braille, Adam. Braille.
That's not English.
How do you think he navigates his way into Big Jake's muffler?
Oh, so that's what he's angry.
Wait, what?
He gets raped by Big Jake every other day.
He's married to Big Jake.
And Big Jake's a big movie fan, and that's why he just hates movies.
They're going through a rocky divorce, so
I feel like if Adam doesn't wind up killing this guy, he's going to do something else, and he has the means to do this. If he doesn't wind up killing him, he's just going to lock him in a room with a moose.
And that is how Musla was born.
Oh God.
And then tell him that he must suffer his moosey fate.
It's moosey fate.
And then you just walk out. The moose is just covered in blood.
No. The moose. No. The thing is, the moose can only be chewing its cod, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all it's doing. But for some reason, it is the scariest fucking thing you've ever seen. Somehow even more disturbing than that Little Baby's ice cream commercial. Like.
Oh my God!
What?
The creepiest commercial ever.
Wait.
Can you send us a link?
But no, don't suddenly describe it. What are you talking about?
It's a man made of ice cream who is eating himself, all the while talking in an incredibly creepy voice.
Send it to them. This is the most. I have never been that disturbed by.
And he just stares at the camera with this blank expression, and he has these wide set eyes, and he's just like staring into your soul.
I'm looking at him on Google Images. Oh my God, that is creepy as hell. That's gonna give me nightmares today.
There was another one.
Bill, show a picture.
One of my favorite things to do is to show people this video and see how they react.
Oh, I've seen this.
I've seen. Also, there is another one that wound up being banned, where it was this baby crying who was made of ice cream, and then it showed somebody eating the ice cream. You know,
that's
it's like,
fucked up.
Oh.
One of my other favorite
pederasts everywhere.
One of my other favorite things to do is there's a point in the video where he says, "I eat little babies' ice cream," and if you pause it at the right second, you get him to say, "I eat little babies."
You know what though? That guy with that face, I would not be surprised, and I would call the cops in an instant. I would just call the cops and be like, "Officer, I just watched this thing online, and I have lost all faith in humanity. You've got to go pick this guy up." And he's like, "Where is this man, sir?" "Japan."
Okay.
No, he's not even in Japan. I don't remember where it is, but this is a legit ice cream company that's in.
Yeah, it's in Canada.
Where is it in Canada?
I thought it was in Canada.
I don't.
Hang on, guys. Dave, are you still with us?
No.
Yeah, what you want?
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you haven't said anything.
Okay. You guys need to check this out. So apparently Justin Bieber posted a picture of the Batman-Superman crossover script and pointed at it and said, "Robin." In other words, it's like, is he going to play Robin? And you know what? I commented on that picture and I said, you know what? Justin Bieber just needs to die and the world will be a lot better off.
You know what the funniest thing about that though is? Why the fuck would David Goyer take the time to Photoshop the logo for the movie on the fucking script page?
Yeah, nobody does that.
No one does that.
No one does that.
That's just way too much work.
Well, hang on, guys. We're a half hour in, and I wanted to open the video with something very specific, and it totally went off the rails.
Oh my God! Can you imagine Justin Bieber as Robin? Like,
hang on, guys. Shut up.
I will not because I despise this kid.
Oh my God! And
I despise this kid.
Speaking like a little freaking girl, and
would
he'd be like, "Baby," and then I could just picture Batman like going, "Shut up!" And then
if given,
I wish you had died with your parents.
If given the opportunity, I would not.
Where are the drugs hiding, you stupid Canadian?
If given the opportunity, I would not murder Justin Bieber, but if he was already planning on suicide and he was up on the building threatening to jump, I would be the asshole down there with the boombox playing Van Halen's Jump.
No, my God. No, guys, imagine that news broadcast. Everyone's just like, do it, do it, do it. They form a little circle for him.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually ended up doing that because, I don't know, out of, like, because I was bored, I just noticing all these stories of Justin Bieber doing all these crazy things, like, I don't know, like, saying F Bill Clinton or something, or...
He is just a...
Yeah, I'm just like, what is this guy doing? And at that point, I was like, whatever. He's a celebrity.
And now we got Miley Cyrus twerking all over the place. What has this world come to?
What is happening to the world? We're like, I think the world is ending. I think the Mayans were a year off.
Actually, you know what? I think the world is ending, but I think it's not ending the way how the Mayans predicted. I think the world is ending because Michael Bay is taking over everyone's minds.
I think I'd rather prefer.
I think that is probably possible.
I would prefer the Mayans. I prefer
the Kaiju Apocalypse.
Michael Bay.
Oh, I think we would all prefer the Kaiju Apocalypse, but we don't have a choice here. It's either the Mayans or Michael Bay. I prefer the Mayans
because as Guillermo del Toro has demonstrated to us, if there's a Kaiju Apocalypse, we at least have a chance of canceling it.
Dylan, take a bow.
Okay. I just literally did that, even though I'm not on camera.
No, that
it's an audio experience, Dylan. You have to explain it.
The audio
digitally bowed.
Okay, so hold on. Digitally, okay, 011003. Oh, no, 3. No, there is no 3. So 1002. No. 11001110101101000100010001.
Did he just get taken over by a virus?
No, I just
did Adam just die?
No, I just stated No, I just stated the code to make somebody bow on Alice, the program.
I thought you were having some kind of like attack.
No. This is the moment where Skynet became self-aware.
You remember? Adam, are you? Are you secretly Data?
Maybe.
Don't question it.
He will neither confirm or deny it.
I will neither confirm nor deny it.
Anyway, boys, there's a way I wanted to open the video that we completely lost the ability to do now that we're a half hour in. But now that David's here, let's fucking get into it. Guys, we've been getting requests to talk about it. We've been getting personal messages to talk about it. And I figured this would be the best place to talk about it. The new RoboCop trailer. No. Just
really?
Kidding.
Aww.
I was like, really? Really? You want to talk about that horse crap?
No, it was not horse. Anyway, no. Let's talk about, guys, the leaked image of the final design for the 2014 Godzilla movie. Now, before everyone freaks out, let's go around the table. So, David, you haven't talked in a while. Have you seen the leaked picture? And if so, what do you think about it?
Well, duh, I've seen it. Of course.
Like, yes, of course, you asshole, I've seen it. But, dude, what were your thoughts?
I love it. I read some of the Japanese comments, and they, the one thing that actually got my attention was that at least it's not Zilla.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of Godzilla fans' reactions.
Yeah, but this looks like Godzilla. This is Godzilla. This is. I told Super DM and Adam this. I love how this Godzilla looks realistic as opposed to like an obviously CG rendition character like Peter Jackson's King Kong. A lot of people are complaining about the eyes. This is just a standee, a 3D cardboard box cut. Like the you guys remember the promotions for the Amazing Spider-Man?
Which ones?
The toys, you know, you would see the whole design of Spider-Man and the lizard on the little box.
The Pez toys. Okay, yeah.
And they may be like close to what you see on film, but not 100%. Especially the lizard.
Although they kind of called it, it looked pretty. It didn't look as good as it should have.
Right. That's how I see this Godzilla, because what they actually did was store a lot of the marketing for various studios at this place in Brazil, and I guess someone just so happened to find Godzilla and just take a picture of it.
You know what would be amazing if this all happens to be like fucking misinformation, and this turns out to be like the cardboard standee that was going to market like the porn spoof.
Aww. Why do you gotta bring that back up again, Bill? I don't want to think about porn and Godzilla at the same time, okay? There are certain things that do not mix.
That would be 1/10 porno. Let me just say that.
Right? Oh. Anyway, so David, so you like the overall good thoughts, right?
Yes, I love the design. It's Godzilla. It's more than what I wanted.
Awesome. All right, so let's go down the list as it appears in the credits. Mr. Noyce, go for it. What general thoughts?
General thoughts. I'm going to have to go in detail about this.
All right, well, don't spend 10 minutes. Give us your thoughts.
That's no fun. First off, I cried when I saw it, only because I was listening to the Duet soundtrack on piano, and while I saw this image for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, I just saw the face of God. And sure enough, it was the face of Godzilla. And
ironically enough,
there are. I know, like some people have said, it doesn't look like it have ears, and I've seen a lot of people complaining about that. I personally don't have a problem with that. Even though if I designed it, I would have had the small little triangle ears. But I mean, even if it doesn't, I'd be okay. I just love the design of the jaw. I love the head design, and believe it or not, I absolutely love those eyes, because those eyes, I'm looking at the picture right now, those eyes could convey emotion if they focused on them enough. And that's what I wanted. I love that. The only complaint that I had with it is it doesn't have the dragon teeth. In fact, that is my only complaint with this design that I'm seeing is its teeth. I really don't like its teeth.
It looks a little bit like the fucking hillbilly Godzilla, doesn't it? Like,
right.
It's like, yeehaw, I'm gonna destroy Tokyo.
I'm gonna destroy Tokyo.
Get me my moonshine, Dolores.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, of course Dylan is cool with the redneck hillbilly Godzilla. He wears like one of those like fucking overalls with like the open flap in the back so you can see his ass.
He's playing his banjo while destroying the world.
There's a piece of straw sticking out of his mouth.
He'll be singing Zippity Doo Dah.
Oh, you know,
as he's like destroying the city.
You know, it'd be funny. He spits out.
Kaijus are superior in every way.
He spits out tobacco into like a baseball stadium or something instead of a.
And it like drowns people.
No, this is what he does. He uses his atomic breath, and then shortly after, he's like, "Mercy! I think I just caught me a touch of the vapors."
But that's my overall thoughts of the thing. Yeah.
Dylan?
Yeah,
I fucking hate it.
I don't know how people feel about the eyes. I actually like them because they're very expressive. I like the fact that it looks kind of Heisei-ish, but at the same time, it's its own thing.
Yeah.
And while I don't like the fact that it's not missing ears, that's really not a deal breaker for me. It's not like we've never had a Godzilla without ears before. So I like it overall, and the most important thing, it looks like Godzilla.
Yeah. Andres?
I agree with Dylan. It when I first saw it, it immediately reminded me of the Heisei design. I think it has the overall shape of the Heisei design with a little bit of influence from the 84 design, because the one thing I noticed the most on this... The one thing I noticed...
The 84 design.
The one thing I noticed the most was the brow over his eyes. I'm surprised no one has mentioned his brow, but it looks... He has like a very large brow that reminded me of the 84 design. Another thing...
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed is another thing that I'm surprised no one has mentioned is his snout. Now, I noticed that for throughout the Heisei series, and perhaps the majority of the Godzilla series, Godzilla has always had a very mammalian, almost feline snout with a very distinct nose. Here, it looks like they've foregone all of that, or however the word is supposed to be. They've
gotten rid of it.
Yeah, they've gotten rid of it. Instead, went for a more dinosaurian snout with the two clearly visible nostrils right there on the tip.
Right.
I really like his eyes. I don't mind the lack of ears because he's a dinosaur. I don't think dinosaurs, to the best of my knowledge, have ears. And
no, they have it like lizards do. They have
they have the holes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a reptile with ears.
Can we talk about the snout?
Well,
yeah. Let me just say my general thoughts.
Wait, I wasn't finished.
Andres, were you done? I'm sorry.
I just had 3 more things to say. Sorry.
Sure.
I really like the scales. They're very unique. Nothing we've ever seen on Godzilla design before. I really like the teeth. It's again very different. It reminds me of a crocodile's teeth, because crocodiles are constantly losing teeth and having to regrow new ones. So you have this very uneven, very gnarly, nasty looking mouth, and I like that. And another thing I brought up before we started the recording were these circular scales at the back of his jaw, which reminded me of certain reptiles like iguanas. And maybe it's supposed to be a callback to Zilla 98, because Zilla also had those circular jaw scales.
And why the fuck they would call back to that, I don't know.
Actually, you know what? I think I could answer that.
Well, hang on. Say your last thing.
So yeah, overall, love the design. It's Godzilla, but it gives it's a very unique Godzilla while still retaining the classic shape and design.
Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much covered the gamut. The only other things I liked it a lot. It's fucking Godzilla. That's really the only thing I was concerned with this whole movie was, as long as it looks like what we saw when we were kids, what the suit that we would see on our TVs, and the classic Godzilla design. It didn't try to be a crazy, like, fucked up American design that looked like a T-Rex with spines on it, like some people wanted it to be, which I don't understand why. It looks like Godzilla in all his glory. I love the head. I've been saying this since the beginning. I wanted a head that looked like the Heisei suit, and that's what we got for the most part. The overall snout itself evokes the Heisei series with the brow and the kind of squarer jaw. I know a lot of people like Godzilla's head look a little bit more dinosaurian, and I like that as well, but I've always been a Heisei guy because that's the series I grew up with, and it evokes that a lot more than the more dinosaurian head of the 2000 suit, or perhaps the later show, or like the mid-Showa stuff. In terms of the lack of ears, I mean, I love my Godzilla to have ears, and it almost looks like they left the space for them too. If you look at the space between the top of his spines and the like the kind of midline there, it almost looks like they left space for it, but they just kind of forgot it.
Whoops, just gonna have to go back in there and Photoshop it in.
and it's like it's bad track motion. It's like following the body wherever it goes.
And the fans wanted it.
And we'll blame George Lucas for it.
Yeah, they call him George Lucas to add in the ears. But I like it a lot. I do like the eyes. I'm glad they went for human-looking eyes and not reptile-looking eyes.
Yeah, that's why I like the eyes so much, is because they went for the human ones. And I just want to say this. In my Godzilla series, I've always described my Godzilla looking like what I'm about to say. I always said head from 1984, spikes from 2000, and body from 91. And what I'm liking about this is it kind of looks like that.
It does, right? I mean, what it has is it kind of has the eyes from 84, and it kind of has like almost like a cross between what they did in that movie that kind of called back to the original, and then how they advanced it when we got to Biollante. It almost looks like a cross between that and a really nice cross.
Hold on, I'm going to look at the 84 design, and I want to see what type of nose it had, because I've forgotten off the top of my head.
It had one that was a lot closer to the original. It was more circular. But one thing I want to bring up, because it's been a big kind of controversy, I suppose, maybe that's overstating it, is those scales on his neck. A lot of people have been saying, why the fuck does Godzilla have gills? Guys,
I don't think that's gills.
No, they're not gills.
I think isn't it? It looks like armored plating.
Well, it looks like what lizards have on their necks. It's not frills, but it's what, like, when you see something like if any of you have ever had bearded dragons before,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like what's on their necks.
You know what?
The flaps.
You know what?
And even I don't think it is gills, but even if it was, that wouldn't really bother me that much, because he is, semi-aquatic, and I don't mind adding details to make him more quote-unquote realistic, as long as you don't go overboard like they did in '98 and turn him into a T-Rex.
Yeah, I mean, my problem with that would be, it's more like a whale situation than it is like a fish. I mean, he's
well,
able to do it.
this is a reboot, so you could assume that it wasn't that way in this version, in this universe.
No, I'm not saying because Gojira has whale in the name. I'm saying it because biologically that's how it would make sense to work.
Right.
If you have an aquatic reptile, it's not going to breathe. It's going to hold its breath for long periods of time and slow down its metabolic rate.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I always like that a lot more.
That's
I
just
can
how it
I
works,
can say
but,
this. Those things, you know what? I actually think it makes sense because if this is a dinosaur, a product of the H-bomb, or the product from radiation, and they made sure they did this in the original one, is that they made Godzilla's skin very ragged and very gnarly.
Yeah.
And to me, this makes sense because I'm just looking at, especially down towards by his shoulders, I see a lot of, looks like deformities there. Or a lot of the scales are very sort of deformed. They're not the regular like dragon scales or like a normal scale. And even if you look at the lower part of Godzilla's jaw, down that goes into his neck, that part there looks extremely like it's been just hit with something and it's just mutated. And
his skin doesn't look smooth.
It doesn't look. And again, would my Godzilla look like that? No, but. Well, it kind of would, but it would.
That's actually why I don't mind the teeth, because they do have that sort of gnarly, sort of mutated kind of thing going on.
Yeah, but I just love.
I mean,
like,
I would prefer classic Godzilla dragon teeth. Obviously, I'm just saying it.
To me, they're just too small. That's my only thing. I mean, they're just too tiny.
It's another complaint I had with it. I mean, like if I was gonna, I feel like I have no choice but to do this. But like, I wouldn't have done the. I would have had teeth from 84. I think 84 has my favorite design in terms of teeth, but just because they're just there to look epic. But
yeah.
I mean, I just want to say this as well, in terms of the snout. One of my opinions on it. I'll be honest. I would have gone with something more traditional. I would have gone with like the cat, as Andres said.
With the different sections of the nose, yeah.
Right. I would have done that. But, I mean, I understand why they did this. And that's because that's what would have happened.
Well, it's also easier to do in CG.
Right. And
the only reason why they did that wasn't because it was easier to do in CG. It's because that's what would most likely would work.
Well, it's not what a dinosaur's snout would look like, yeah.
Because let me tell you what, with a budget that Godzilla has, they wouldn't really care if they did that or not. You know?
Well, no, yeah, but I'm just saying, if to do it in CG, to not have to do the sections would make their work drastically easier. But I mean, you are right. I mean, biologically and just anatomically, it would make more sense for a dinosaur to have a smoother snout.
And I know it's weird because I've said several times in other videos, including from Serizawa, that I'm a very scientific guy. I love the technobabble, but sometimes, like, in terms of, like, when I'm designing Godzilla, it wouldn't necessarily be... I'd actually take the Peter Jackson route, because when he designed the Brontosauruses and the T-Rexes and stuff like that on his remake to King Kong, he said it wasn't necessarily there to be scientifically correct. It was there to remind him of his childhood and what he saw, like, during the Ray Harryhausen movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's pseudoscience,
right.
so
that's
as long as it makes sense in context, who cares?
And he did have, like you mentioned, context, and these aren't exactly the same dinosaurs from 65 million years ago. No, he has the excuse to say these are the descendants of those dinosaurs, so they can look however he wants them to look.
He makes a big deal out of it in that little documentary he did on the DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called Trip to Skull Island or something.
Oh, let me tell you, I've got the extended director's cut to it, and let me tell you, that little thing is extended by 2.5 hours. That documentary is...
Oh my god, that's awesome!
That is my favorite documentary I've ever seen, is the making of King Kong. It is 3.5 hours.
I think that was the DVD that made me interested in special features.
Yeah, let me tell you, it really was for me. No. The one that made me interested in special features was the original Godzilla DVD, but...
Wait, what movie?
The original Godzilla
okay.
The original Godzilla when it first got released.
The Toho Masterworks.
Yeah, but let me tell you, god damn, that was the most in-depth documentary I've ever seen in the making of a movie. I have literally ever seen it. It is by far my favorite documentary ever.
Is it as extensive as the documentaries they do on the extended Lord of the Rings DVDs?
Yes. If not,
God,
wait,
I need to see it.
Well, to Lord of the Rings credit, those movies are longer than King Kong. But God, the documentaries on the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings are almost 6 hours, right?
Yeah, they're like the length of the movie. No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And okay, so it's not quite. Well, it is that in depth, but of course it's a lot shorter. Like the documentary
more condensed, would you say?
Well, I wouldn't even say that. It's just more because it's just one movie.
Mm.
Well, they don't have as much to cover, I suppose.
Right,
I mean,
that's what I think. I mean, it goes into depth like the 1996 version that they were going to make.
Mm.
They talk about that?
Oh,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
that's like a good 30-minute chunk.
Okay.
Because
I remember you did that for Lost Found But Never Filmed.
And that's how I found out about it. And let me tell you, it's so interesting because they have interviews with all the actors. They have like them training with Tommy guns. Peter Jackson gives the explanation as to why he has Tommy guns, and he just basically like he jizzes all over the place as soon as he picks up the Tommy gun and just starts playing with it.
Yeah.
So it's so cool, and it's also very touching because they go into depth of when Peter Jackson finally got to meet Fay Wray, and it was 2 days before she died.
Ooh.
And it's actually a very, very touching scene in the documentary. And there's even like a huge section on the music. And then, of course, there's another like 3-hour video, which is nothing but music with the production stills. And not production stills. What is it called?
Concept art?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's really cool too. Like I never thought I'd sit through it, but I did. You can tell it's my favorite movie.
Yep. To get back.
David, what were you saying?
I asked this is all these special features are on the extended edition release?
The deluxe extended edition to King Kong. Yeah.
Oh. That version's like 3 hours long, I think.
Let's see. The original King Kong was a little over 3 hours. This one is
3 hours and 8 minutes.
Is the original one, and the extended cut is 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I'm holding the DVD in my hand right now. It says Deluxe Extended Edition.
Yeah, and is it the one with like the 3 discs?
Yeah, 3 discs.
Yeah, that's the one. That is my most prized DVD.
Mine only has 2. Yeah. Mine's from the original run, from when they first released the movie. So
I guess this one's like the second one that came out around Christmas time. Because I think I got this during Christmas time.
Me too. I got it for
5 or 6.
Because I remember my parents I said to them, I was like, I've got to have that. And I said, if there's anything you give me for Christmas, it has to be this. And they were like, why? You already got the movie on DVD. And I was like, please, you guys have no idea how much this movie.
They're like, you don't get Christmas presents.
No. They were just like that because I just barely got it on DVD, theatrical cut on DVD.
Right.
And they were like, why would you want that? And I was like, you guys don't understand. This is my all-time favorite movie. You guys
for a whole year.
This is my all-time favorite movie. I don't care if this is the only thing you get me. This is the thing I want.
He started tearing.
I'll sacrifice you being my parents if it means I get this DVD. I will kill people to get this. And
you have no idea.
Son, you're only 10 years old. You're going to see a lot of movies in your life. How do you know this one's your favorite?
Well, I just really want to say that when I left the theaters, when I saw King Kong, this version, the 05 version in theaters, I left the theaters saying this is what I want to do for a living. And that was when I was in 5th grade. And my parents, and I kept saying that to my parents, and my parents naturally were like, yeah, okay, whatever, and they thought I'd get out of it. No, I'm in my senior year of high school, and I'm still wanting to be a film director, so I think that's what I want to do.
Just like a week later, you're like, I want to be a ballerina.
Okay.
A week later, I want to be a butcher.
Because I have such a sexy body to be a ballerina.
week 3, I want to be a serial killer. Ah!
My mom said I could be whatever I wanted, so I became a lesbian.
That last one, the serial killer, not the lesbian, is the easiest one to achieve.
I remember.
If you do it good, It's
Yeah,
a lot
a consecutive number of times without.
Well, I remember.
fun.
Well, that's what a definition of a serial killer is. But I remember Ricky Gervais once said, because someone asked him a stupid question. They were like, "How do you become famous?" He was like, "Go and kill a couple hookers." And they took that seriously, and they were like, Ricky Gervais condones murdering hookers. And he was like, that's not what I fucking meant. And I love that story. I love that quote. But anyway,
stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys, we're an hour in. I think it's about time we go back to one of our regular segments.
Wait.
And I think
Wait. No. Can we?
I had
like,
one more thing to say about Godzilla, though.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Since we kind of barely touched on the CG, I just want to say, this CG is really good, you guys.
Yeah. Ooh, that reminds me. One thing I want to mention.
It doesn't even really look CG to me. It looks like this could be an actual creature.
It looks like it's a maquette.
Yeah.
I want to say this too. What do you guys think about the new music composer?
I've never heard of him, honestly.
I'm sorry, who was it again? Because I remember...
I pronounce his name. You think I can pronounce his name? God, no.
No, but what did he do that I recognize?
Is it that guy from Pacific Rim?
He did, no, it's not.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
It would be amazing. No, actually it wouldn't, because I don't think his type of music would fit. Godzilla's
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna watch G54 right now while playing the Pacific Rim theme. I'm gonna see if it works.
No, do it.
I'll be back.
No. People are dying and shit. He's just like, get it.
His name, the composer is Alexander Desplat or whatever, and the music that he's done, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, which I love that one. Unfortunately, he did the music for Fantastic Mr. Fox, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, The King's Speech. This guy is very much more of a slower kind of composer. And you know what? Oh, he also did music for Argo.
God damn it, movies I've wanted to see but still haven't fucking seen.
He's done the music
I know, right?
for Argo. Let's see, what else have he done? Oh, God, he scored the music for Twilight Saga New Moon. I guess it was just a paycheck.
He did it with his hands tied and with drugs in his mouth.
It was a dark time, and it was a dark period in his life.
And I also just want to say this too. I've always stated, and I've said this to you guys, but if I can get the music composer that I want to work on my Godzilla music, for my movies, it would be Thomas Newman. And let me tell you what, this guy has a very similar style to Thomas Newman.
Cool.
And so I'm actually happier that it's him doing the music now instead of that Michael, the guy who did the music for the Star Trek movies.
I forgot that he was
supposed to do it, and
yeah.
I'm actually happier that it's now this guy than.
Yeah, I mean, I like Michael Giacchino as well, but if it's a slower guy, I think that's more appropriate for.
Well, he's very somber, because if you ever listen to the Deathly Hallows music, or any of his Harry Potter scores, because he's done more than just Deathly Hallows, like the music when Albus Dumbledore dies, that music is very Akira Ifukube-esque, very, very much like the Godzilla on the Ocean Floor.
Yeah,
sounding. And so I'm like, hell yeah, this guy could do it. This guy could do it.
Boys, the science is sound. The science is very sound.
I just want to bring up one quick question. I guess you can respond with a yes or no, or like a or one or the other option. Do you think Godzilla's going to have flat feet or like his heels up?
Flat feet, please, for the love of God, be flat feet.
I like realistically speaking, do you
really don't.
What do you think is going to most likely happen?
I really pray it's flat feet.
I mean, if they're this close to it in the head and overall how he's going to walk based on what we saw of the encounter footage, I imagine he's going to have flat feet, but of all the things they could have changed, if that's the one thing they change, I don't know if I'd get super angry, but I mean, if anything, yeah, please go back to your classic and do flat feet.
Let me tell you, I'd be angry if they went with, like, the anatomically correct feet that some people were proposing, because it wouldn't work with that Godzilla. It would work with Zilla 98's design, but
well, that's the thing.
It wouldn't work for this kind of Godzilla. A more flat, human-esque, if you kind of understand what I mean, kind of feet style would fit that kind of design anatomically. So therefore, I think it'd be a lot more logical if they went with flat feet.
Well, I mean, I think at this point they are, because, I mean, if you look at the way it walks in the encounter footage, I think it's like, in the way it's walking, it looks like classic, so it's like, alright, it's probably going to be the flat-footed classic Godzilla. So I think it's a pretty safe bet to assume that they're going to go with classic, but who knows, they could change it in post and do that whole crappy tracking shot thing where you've just got two CGI, like clutched feet,
and
just
even,
like...
And even if George Lucas has nothing to do with it, we all need to be in the theater screaming, George Lucas!
Yes, we just need to be screaming, fuck him. But anyway, guys, it's that time of the video once again. It's time once again for the general news update with Andres Perez.
Can I just
and
say,
now to you, Andres.
Can I just say that I love how in the last podcast you went through the trouble of putting that music in, but you still forgot to put all the pictures.
because I listened, because I jumped ahead to that point and checked to see if it sounded like shit in the final video, and it did. So I was just like, all right, I better add it in post. But anyway, now to you, Andres.
You know what?
But anyway,
what?
Now to you, Andres, with the general news update.
You know, Bill, I'm gonna, this time I'm gonna request twice as many images this time around.
No, you're not getting any this time. You got to describe every little detail of everything you talk about.
All right. This is Andres Perez with the news. Okay.
I have to play the music again now. God damn.
No. See, like, I guess with the news anchors, you listen to the music and you see the guy comes out of like the lights turn on.
Right. Anyway, Andres,
okay.
The news.
So there's been a lot of news stories coming out in the last 2 weeks. It was really hard to narrow it down to 5. I had 5 this morning, except I just found an extra bit of news I think all of you are gonna go crazy for. So
we can do 6 if we have to. We're only an hour in, so.
Okay. So the first article I have here is that world-renowned director and animator Hayao Miyazaki announced last week that he will be retiring after the release of his last film, The Wind Rises, which will come out in July of 2015.
The Wind Rises?
Not to be confused with The Dark Knight Rises, Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Please tell me it's got a villain with a Bane mask who says, The Wind Rises.
The Wind Rises!
Ally, you merely adopted the wind. I was born in it.
I hope the movie is just all wind puns. So it's just like, the villain's just like, you will be gone with the wind.
Bane's having a conversation with Miyazaki, and he's like, once this movie is finished, then you have my permission to retire.
Yes.
Batman, you will be nothing more than dust in the wind.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Yes, man. You're delivering my copy of Spirited Away? You know that you're sleeping with our wives.
Hayao Miyazaki is
life, Mr. Miyazaki.
I wonder what it's you're spirited away.
I just come home, I open the door, and Hayao Miyazaki is fucking my wife. And I'm just like, honey, what the fuck? And she's like, I'm sorry, Bill, but he just spirited me away.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Bill, it's even creepier if you know what Hayao Miyazaki looks like. It's
okay, here's a link that features a picture of him.
I'm not putting it in the video, but okay.
Everybody go Google this guy.
Everyone, open up a new tab in your video and look at
man, Hayao Miyazaki, you're so sexy. Oh, yeah, just look at those gold wrinkles and gray hair. Oh,
it's taking forever to load, too. Okay, he's not like... Alright, it would be pretty creepy if I walked in and that was...
I am really suspenseful right now because it is taking forever to load.
Right? So when it finally pops up, you're like, oh my god!
He looks like an Asian George R.R. Martin.
He looks like a Japanese.
At least he doesn't look like Kawatone.
He looks like the Japanese version of George Lucas.
Oh my God, he's gonna digitally alter all of his films.
Yes,
No,
before he's gonna retire, he just put dicks in all his old movies.
He redoes Ponyo all in CG.
Guys,
Wait, isn't Ponyo already?
guys, at least
What?
he doesn't look like this. At least he doesn't look like this guy. And I think if Dave is still listening, he is going to flip shit.
What is that thing?
That is Kawatone. That is the guy who did the music for the Heisei Gamera movie.
I think he looks like the Japanese version of like Tom Savini.
Yeah, I see it. Bill, you gotta post these pictures, man. They're not gonna know what we're talking about.
Good.
Good.
I like it that way. I like keeping them in the dark, just like the government, just like General Tight-Ass.
Okay, so getting back on the topic, did any of you guys ever grew up with or were fans of Hayao Miyazaki?
Yeah.
No, but I was very nostalgic for the commercial that played for Spirited Away in front of one of the DBZ movies.
Okay.
So that's the extent of my nostalgia for Hayao Miyazaki.
I just got over this DBZ kick, Bill, and now you're.
See, I'm okay with that now because I'm on a RoboCop kick, so I'm okay with like forcing you back to an old one just to stay ahead.
Every time I try to leave, someone keeps pulling me back.
Dead or alive, you're talking about DBZ.
Yes.
I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it if I'm dead, though. Unless I haunt you. That's what I'm going to do.
Shove my hand up your ass and work you like a puppet.
That's what I'm going to do.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dylan McCann.
Oh,
Today I'm here to review Dragon Ball Z: Battle of Gods, even though I haven't seen it. Here is my problems with the movie.
This is what I'm going to do when I die, you guys. I'm going to haunt you all and just keep you up all night with random obscure DBZ facts.
Dylan's just whispering in my ear like, Goku was voiced by a woman.
That was the single most creepiest thing I have ever heard. Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
Master Roshi once rode a tiny Gamera.
I wake, and then you're like, I'm gonna shove my hand up your ass. I'm like, what? I shoot up in bed. I'm just like, what the fuck's going on?
That's the point where he freaks out. Not the fact that there's a ghost talking to him about DBZ.
It's the fact that the ghost is gonna shove his hand up my ass. And then there's no, you know what would really top it all off if there's a DBZ movie playing? No. If it's the picture of Goku with the angel wings on my TV.
And you know what the best part is? You know what the best part is, Ghost Bill, is I don't look like a Force Ghost. I don't look like Patrick Swayze from Ghost. I look like the ghosts that Gotenks makes.
Oh god!
So it's just a little cartoon version of me with the white tail.
And you're just like,
And then while all of that is happening in the background, you hear Dragon, rock the dragon. He brings rock the dragon to a whole new meaning.
Everybody loves Dragon Balls.
You mean some poor dragon lost his?
Oh
yeah.
Dylan, Jinx, show me a beer.
That is straight out of the like first episode of the original Dragon Ball. For a while I thought that was an abridged joke, but then when I looked back, I was like, no, that is Toriyama,
in the fucking show.
Toriyama did that shit.
You know what, Dylan? When you go watch the original Dragon Ball, that joke doesn't surprise me anymore.
No, because the original Dragon Ball is it's like Family Guy with action.
It's like Family Guy, but supposed to be for kids.
But with action.
And because the first like 3 episodes are all about the fact that Bulma doesn't have a penis. So
yeah, he is.
I mean, that's essentially.
Oh yeah, I just remember one of my friends. He was watching the uncut Dragon Ball Z's, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you see Goku's penis just about every episode."
Yeah, pretty much.
And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Look,
there's this really awkward moment in I think it's Tree of Might where Goku and Gohan. This is a father and a son. They're in their hot tub, which is a metal barrel over a fireplace. And they are underwater.
This just shows you how classy Goku is.
They are underwater naked, and he is tickling him.
Okay, you know what? tie it back to Hayao Miyazaki. Something like that did happen in My Neighbor Totoro. There was that one scene where the father was in a bathtub with his 2 younger daughters. So I guess
daughters? That's even worse.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I think I guess that's like a culturally normal thing to have, like to bathe with your younger kids.
Not to tickle them from under the water where their genitals are in your face.
Okay, I just want to say I'm going completely off topic for a second, but I was just, for some reason, because I was checking out Croatonia, I decided to check out Godzilla Final Wars and Ryo Kitamura, and I was checking out the cast for Godzilla Final Wars. There was a lot of interesting people in the movie.
Oh my god, I'm in the movie, what?
in terms of like, references to all the original Godzilla movies. Okay, sorry, whatever.
Okay,
that's
so...
okay.
Hey,
let me just say this. Wait,
yeah.
Andres, one last thing.
Yeah.
When you said, to relate it back to the topic, I thought you were going to say, in other news, Hayao Miyazaki criminally put in criminal justice for the fact that he was found in his bathtub with his 2 younger children.
Oh my god! He's not. Oh shit. Never mind.
Anyway, wait. I feel like Dave hasn't said anything in like 15 minutes, so.
Yeah, well, he hasn't said anything at all.
I imagine he's just like off like doing missions while we're doing the video.
He's only been speaking when he was spoken to, and now we're sitting here talking about how he's not been saying anything, and he's still not saying anything. Is he there? David, are you there?
He's sitting there. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, I thought okay, you're just taking it all in. I was like, did he leave us? That cocksucker. Dave.
What left you?
Wait, Dave, just to test you, what are we talking about?
Something about Hayao Miyazaki being in the bathtub with his children. And
oh my god! Guys!
What?
Oh my god, Akira Takarada did the dubbed voice of Radican in the Japanese version of The Great Mouse Detective.
That's awesome.
That sounds amazing.
That's
What was the news?
Okay, Hayao Miyazaki.
I told you.
Okay.
This is the most uninformative news segment. People are not gaining anything.
Andres, you are the worst news broadcaster of all time.
It is your job to rein.
Correspondence. You're the one that's...
It's your job to rein us in. Damn it! You have to be the. To use an example that I don't even really like, you have to be, because I can't think of anybody else. You have to be the Jon Stewart here and keep us all on the same page.
My God, I didn't know I had this sort of power.
You have the power to...
Silence! I command it, for I have spoken.
Listen, I will launch a nuclear missile at your nearest location right now. I have my finger on the button, so don't fuck with me.
Hey, you may have a nuke, but I've got Mechagodzilla 2 on my side.
I have fucking Moosla in my basement. I will unleash him upon your ass.
And I am willing to
I've got my mascot for my...
Guess what I have? Guess who I have?
Mechagodzilla 3.
I have Conga.
Oh, kudos for your side. But
you have a shitty 1960s ripoff.
I love the way you delivered it, Dylan.
But see, Bill has Moosla at his disposal, and I am willing to lend him Clarence the giant mutated Velociraptor.
Because as I've said before, Dylan is my right-hand man, and we just do shit for each other until... But you know what this means? One day we're going to go to war with each other, and it's going to be bloody.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be the Civil War all over again, but with less slavery.
Moosla is going to fight Clarence in a major metropolitan area, and there is going to be death.
Yes.
Metropolitan area. I just live in the suburbs. No kaiju ever fights in the suburbs.
Technically, we've created a lot of kaiju on this show because just this episode we have the southern version of Godzilla, and
the hick version of Godzilla counts.
It's obvious. It is obvious that he's on my side. Just saying.
What happened?
I said it's obvious. It is obvious that he's on my side. Just saying.
Whoa! Okay, so we have Moosla, we have Clarence, we have the hick version of Godzilla, we have the radioactive
with his radioactive moonshine.
And you know the one we always forget is the O-Beast,
oh, yes.
as portrayed by Kevin Smith.
I do all this.
Oh my god, that is so mean.
Oh, but
I was thinking of drawing the Obeast, but I was like, I don't know where to begin.
Okay, also, you're going to have my new mascot that's going to enter the fray very soon.
oh, and we also have Polaris, the polar bear.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Polaris the polar bear. Nobody has any love for Polaris the polar bear. He's like the Baragon of our universe.
Baragon. Get it, guys? Get it?
He is the polar Baragon of our universe.
Anyone? Oh, okay.
I feel like we need a giant panda bear to like be the like opposite of him.
Okay, I'm going to try to rein it in here. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up.
All right.
Okay, so
well, what's the next news story?
Okay, well, I
We
just want
never even talked about the last one.
Before I leave, I just we move on to the next one. I just want to say I'm a huge Hayao Miyazaki fan. I always saw him as the Walt Disney of anime. I absolutely loved his films ever since I first saw Spirited Away when it was during its American release. I loved My Neighbor Totoro. I loved Princess Mononoke and he's definitely made so many. He's got like a extremely incredible track record, and it's going to be for me anyways. It's going to be kind of sad knowing that this great filmmaker is finally retiring, but at least he's going out on a incredibly high note, hopefully with his new film next year. And even
I would agree. I really like the guy. I remember I was introduced to him because they played one of them. I think it was Spirited Away. They played it on Toonami one time.
And,
Sorry,
House Moving Castle. That was another one I loved. Okay.
Spirited Away is by far my favorite one that he's ever done. I absolutely love Spirited Away.
Let me just say that I always have a lot of respect for filmmakers who have an end to their career, because I always feel like those are the ones that have the most passion for the field. You know what I mean? Because they want to go out on a high note. Because I feel like a lot of directors who stick with it until they die in the chair. And I mean, this isn't always the case, but I feel like a lot of times those are the directors who more often do it more often for the paycheck. And, there's nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with sticking with your profession until you die. But I feel like more often those are the people who get the most crap from film buffs, because those are the guys who put out shit like the Super Mario Brothers movie, or like the third Ninja Turtle movie, whatever it may be. I always just have a lot of respect for filmmakers who are like, this is my swan song.
And there seems to be a real problem with them just like getting out of their prime, and then without even realizing it, I think there just comes a point where you're taking your own characters out back and raping them Deliverance style.
I think we all know who we're talking about. Yeah. Anyway, David, is your heart crushed by Hayao Miyazaki leaving?
Do you know who he is?
I've heard who he is. I'm aware of who he is and what his movies are, but I never seen any of them.
Yeah, me neither. So I can't say my heart is crushed.
If we ever meet, I'll bring some of my DVDs and Blu-rays.
Oh, believe me, after this podcast, I'm going to download as many Hayao Miyazaki movies as I can.
I'm going to steal them from the internet to show how much I love it.
If you still have any of that love for like old school like Disney movies that make you just give you that feel good feeling in your heart, check out My Neighbor Totoro. If you want action, check out Princess Mononoke. That thing's violent as hell.
That thing is violent as hell. Yeah.
We should do a commentary on one when we do the Tailgate Sons of Serizawa live podcast at G-Fest.
I was considering doing a self-commentary on Young Gary. Just rape.
Oh my god.
Mystery Science style.
Right.
Since I always feel the need to make these sort of legal statements, the Sons of Serizawa does not necessarily recommend piracy.
No, not at all. We don't recommend. We don't. What's the word? We don't condone piracy, but we do advise it.
Those guys are rich enough as it is.
To the highest level.
Adam, I see a filmmaker without his jet plane.
How sad.
We be a bunch of scurvy pirates.
Oh yeah, we don't call it. I know that my friend and I had an idea for a while, and whenever we talked about pirating, we said blackbearding. We're like, I'm gonna Blackbeard the shit out of this movie.
That sounds like such a sexual thing.
Pirates like for me.
I'm gonna give Gone with the Wind the old Blackbeard treatment.
I mean, I don't. Wow, you are really rolling with the Gone with the Wind references tonight.
I don't know why. It's just been coming up naturally.
Okay.
We are.
I'm gonna try.
I mean, I don't mind pirates per se. It is well documented that me and Bill hang out with a lot of pirates.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Dylan, what the fuck are you talking about?
You don't remember that joke?
Early episode.
What are you talking? When did you and I hang out with pirates?
Okay.
And how
since you don't remember our own inside jokes, it was in one of the. I think it was in one of the DBZ episodes.
Oh,
that's where it happened.
Oh, okay, so that explains it. I was drunk, high, and stupid. No,
see, I
kidding.
remember the jokes. I just don't always remember when they happened. I'm like,
okay, I'm sorry. Okay, no, I do vaguely remember that. I didn't remember it at first, but then I was like, oh wait, we did make that joke. But at first I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, go ahead.
When did we hang out with pirates?
Andres, move on to the next.
All right.
Taking that joke out back,
Okay.
Shot it.
All right.
Oh.
Bill, you're gonna have a
Bill.
editing.
I can't breathe.
Okay, so the
Did
next.
you really just say I can't believe?
I can't breathe because I was just like, no, just because of my mental reaction to when Dylan. No, it was just my mental reaction to Dylan saying, "Bill, remember that time we hanged out with pirates?" I was like,
yes,
no,
it was great.
I don't remember the time we hung out with pirates.
And they were Somalian because you can't find white pirates anymore. But
Stupid.
Andres,
Okay.
before I die, please move on to the next news.
Next one. Okay, so this one has to do with the upcoming Transformers 4. So previously they announced that yes, Michael Bay is back. Mark Wahlberg is going to be starring in it. It's going to take place in the same continuity but with features different characters. But it's the biggest.
Like anyone cares about the continuity.
I was about to say I would be so mad if Mark Wahlberg was just Sam grown up.
That would be I would take.
If Mark Wahlberg winds up playing the same character in this Transformers movie, or even if he plays him like the guy from The Happening, it would still be a better performance than Shia LaBeouf.
Here's my thing.
I can imagine like Mark Wahlberg just like his character walking up to Optimus. Hey, Optimus, how you doing? What you doing there? Autobot stuff? All right.
Hey, you know what's
Here's
better?
my thing.
Hey, how do you roll the book?
No, man, that's not okay.
You know what makes it even better? He's gonna do it with a Boston accent.
Yeah, I was about to say I would actually like this movie if two things happen. Mark Wahlberg's in a Boston accent, and he has a tiny transformer that turns into a foul-mouthed teddy bear.
Yes. Okay, so the big news story about this is that they've in a way revealed the title for Transformers 4, which is
Transformers 4, trucking on. Anyone? Anyone?
My God. Oh, that was horrible.
Transformers 4, eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Transformers 4, revving it up to 4.
God damn it! Transformers Age of Extinction, which gives you a pretty good idea of who's going to be appearing in Transformers 4. That's right, the
My Little Pony.
Ponytron. There will be.
There's going to be a major crossover to satisfy the Brony fans.
We have an evil horse Decepticon named Ponytron, and he is going. Instead of Unicron, we get Unicorn.
Let me get this straight. So let me get this straight. Now we don't just have kaijus, we have mechas now. And
oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
So as the title implied, the Dinobots are going to be most likely going to be in Transformers 4. However, I'm very not nervous, but I'm very cautious about this news because like I love the Dinobots. I love the idea of robot dinosaurs. But
yeah, you don't get much more metal than that. That's fucking metal.
Yeah, as long as Michael Bay doesn't give Grimlock balls, and he has not been above this in the past.
Oh, wait, guys, can I ask a question? And it's about Transformers. It's not random.
Yeah.
In one of the Transformers movies, Orson Welles did the voice of
Unicron.
Unicron.
It was his last role.
It's the Death Star if it was a Transformer.
It is.
Okay.
It is amazing. I mean,
that is
that's
the only reason why I will watch that movie is because
it's a decent.
This is my equation. This is my equation for Unicron. Death Star plus Galactus equals Unicron.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Megatron kind of becomes the Silver Surfer in that way, or Galvatron, I guess is a better word.
It's a very similar relationship.
That was Orson Welles' last role.
Yeah, and it's hilarious because he was fucking senile when they did it, he didn't even know.
He wasn't senile.
Are you sure?
He wasn't senile. He just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't even know who he was playing.
Orson Welles was dying at that point because of heart failure. More than I think it was.
Anyway, I'm typing him up because I'm going to find out because Orson Welles is my favorite, and I'm going to find out. God damn it!
All right, well, let me just say this. I just found it amazing how good he did with how little he cared.
Well,
here's the thing: they actually had to digitally enhance his voice.
Now that you mentioned...
It was like Vincent Price doing the voice on Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Right.
Vincent Price was like on his deathbed when he recorded that.
Right, and that was But I'm just saying, I found him because he is really scary as Unicron. And when I found out like he didn't even know he was doing a movie, he thought he was doing a commercial. That it's as good as it is. I mean, ugh. I don't blame him. I mean,
Bill, since you bring out the fact that Megatron kind of becomes the Silver Surfer in that way, I wonder if Unicron wasn't inspired by Galactus at all, because
I'm sure he was. Visually,
the timeline fits.
Yeah, I mean, well, look at it this way. Visually, when he's in his transform mode, it's the Death Star. Yeah. But when he transforms into his robot form, the head vaguely resembles Galactus just with horns.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like Galactus. He looks like Galactus if Galactus was a Viking, which is the best idea ever.
Oh my god, now I want to see... Now, listen, there's a guy writing Thor right now who's doing this amazing thing with Thor, in terms of like how it relates to Norse mythology. I want him to throw in Viking Galactus.
Yes. We just need a scene of Galactus coming towards Earth, and he's not a cloud, but he's a Viking, and you have...
He's a Viking.
You have the Ride of the Valkyries music.
And he has this giant, like, electric beard. Oh, I'd pay good money to see that.
Okay,
I'm trying to figure out the source of Welles. Like, I'm about to listen to his voice to see if I can actually recognize it.
It's really gravelly.
While he's waiting, do you guys want to give your thoughts on the idea of Dinobots finally being brought into the movies and whether or not this could actually mean anything in terms of quality?
I think
not at all.
I think it's about time that we had the Dinobots in the movie.
Oh god, yeah, I can definitely tell that's Orson Welles.
Like honestly, I know the movie's not going to be good anyway. I'm just gonna see it for spectacle.
I'm not even gonna pay to see it because I'm so sick of that shit. Here's the thing: it doesn't say anything to me except for the fact that the Dinobots are awesome and they're gonna be in it, but Devastator is awesome too, and they put him in one of the movies, and look how that fucking turned out. He had balls, but not in a good way.
He had literal balls. They were wrecking balls. They were hanging from his groin area.
And John Turturro, he's like, what did he say? I'm directly
beneath the enemy's scrotum.
I can only assume that they literally contained robot sperm.
Well, we see in that movie that they lay eggs, so I don't know what that means.
Which makes no sense. How do robots reproduce? I don't
know.
Well, when a daddy Autobot and a mommy Autobot love each other very much,
they fuck the shit out of each other.
Listen, I don't need to hear about the Autobots and the Beacons. Okay, I don't need to hear about all that.
Well, hang on. Let me say
Autobirds,
this.
I meant to say, not Autobots.
Let me say this. Me and my friend.
Aerial bots and the Insecticons.
Yes.
Oh my god. Hang on, guys, let me say this. Me and my friend Jake had the most amazing conversation the other day when we were talking about this. Because we were talking about how racist a lot of the robots are in Transformers. And that, those two black robots from Transformers 2?
Yeah, where were they at number 3?
Wait. What if all of the Dinobots were stereotypical Asians?
That'd be great.
Oh, Optimus Prime, I'm gonna kick your ass!
Optimus Prime, you have come to destroy us, but actually we will destroy you. Oh.
I'm gonna bite your arm off. You enjoy that, yes? That would be amazing.
So Grimlock's like Genghis Khan when he's all like, me Grimlock.
No, he's gonna be like fucking Mr. Chow from The Hangover.
Oh, you want to fight him?
He does all the voices.
He's funny because he's fat. He's funny because he's peachy.
He kicks Bumblebee in the nuts, and he's like, oh, he's funny because he can't speak.
Somebody says how Grimlock kind of reminds them of Godzilla, and he's like, I hate Godzilla. He destroys cities.
Let me just say this. I will pay to see Transformers 4 if all of the Dinobots have Asian voices.
Bill, you probably might not be far off, because the movie does take place in China. It has
Chinese... my god!
They need to have a female one voiced by Lucy Liu. And she's like, the price you Autobots pay for bringing up me being a Dinobot as a negative is, I collect your fucking head.
Now I know Dave's gonna pay his
head. She's like, just like this fucker here.
She holds up like fucking...
Now, if any of you sons of bitches have anything else to say, now's the fucking time.
Anyway, now I know Dave is going to pay to see the movie if that's the case.
If there are any Asian females in there. Just because China is the setting, maybe I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys I just dragged and dropped an image right here. You gotta check it out. I found it on this Facebook page called Godzilla Memes.
There are bound to be Asian women in it, Gorzard, the extras.
Yeah, Dave was just gonna like torrent the movie and do freeze frames of all the crowd scenes and like pick out individual females and just form like it'll be like the women of Gorgo from Mystery Science Theater. He just goes into the background and creates a calendar out of all the Chinese women in the background of Transformers 4.
I sent another link. It's Unicron related.
Oh, cool. What is this?
Okay, so it's Transformers the movie. He does the voice of Unicron. Okay.
I was wondering where you went, Adam.
I'm trying to figure out because I was just listening to his voice, and I could hear Orson Welles in that.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it sounds like him. It's just distorted.
I want to know what the heck, because he didn't die. He wasn't insane when he died.
He was.
No, I don't think he was.
He just didn't care.
He wasn't insane. He just didn't give a fuck.
Have you guys checked out the image yet?
No.
Check it out. It's related to not only this podcast, but the subject we're on right now.
Wait, there's a subject?
Oh god, that one I will put in the video.
Yeah. I guess we should give a shout out to the Godzilla Memes Facebook page.
Have they just started recently? Because
I don't know. They've only recently started posting images on our on the Toho Nation page.
I want to see this version of the movie. I want to see this version of Transformers the movie. Oh my god.
Roland Emmerich is Unicron, and Gareth Edwards as fucking Rodimus.
See, and this is what you do to make it really symbolic, is like in the scene where Optimus is dying, you have like Ishiro Honda being Optimus.
No, it would be Tomoyuki Tanaka. Anyway, David, you were going to say something?
No, I said Tomoyuki Tanaka.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But we also have to mention that the guys at Godzilla Memes made an image dedicated to Gorizard.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a giant dick.
Oh, here it is. I found it.
No, it's a whitewashed Asian.
And it's just like a picture of, it's just Gorzard's Facebook image just with like those giant eyes from like old cartoons.
I've got
and
it. I've got it.
Like, pull it out.
This is how you honored.
There we go.
This is how you honored Gorzard. You take the poster for You Only Live Twice and you just Photoshop his head onto Sean Connery.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh yeah.
I saw this. Yeah, Gorzard. That's pretty fucking great.
Yes.
Oh, this is such an Orson Welles. Oh God.
Sue me for what?
Sue me for what?
Oh, that is hilarious.
Gorzard has been immortalized as fucking Sly Stallone. He must be jizzing himself right now.
You got posted on the video as well, this Bill.
I'll determine that.
Hey! Remember,
Like,
this is my section, okay? It's my
Bill's
section.
like, I will decide what goes in the video and what doesn't.
And usually I choose nothing.
Okay,
I will
so,
decide who lives and who dies.
Cooler.
Okay, so moving on. Let's
Yes.
see. All right, so the next bit is actually some Blu-ray news. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us loved Pacific Rim, so Pacific Rim will be coming out on
I hate that
DVD.
shit. That thing was a piece of shit.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Oh god, Pacific Rim. Gay.
More like Pacific
Fucking
Rim.
shit.
You guys just brought a gun to a Jaeger fight, motherfuckers.
No.
I would just like to say that there is a much superior film to Pacific Rim, and it is called Atlantic. I can't say it with a straight face.
Oh god. We gotta make a commentary for that.
Yeah. Well, guys, let me just announce this now. For our 10th episode, I think it would be appropriate if we do a commentary on a monster movie in the MST3K style.
I thought we were gonna.
So we already said that we would. We already said that we would do
Yeah.
an episode of JJ the Jet Plane for our 10th episode.
Yeah, you said that back in episode 2.
We'll do that as a short before the movie.
We've already
Oh,
dangled
just like
that in
Focus
front of their
Every Day.
faces, and now we're
Yeah,
going to
exactly.
snatch it away.
I've
What-
already.
Yeah, no, I'll even record a little host segment.
Okay, so
Where I'm just beating the shit out of Roland Emmerich with like boxing gloves.
okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys a link to that shows images of the Blu-ray. These are apparently images for some reason the Spanish Blu-ray and DVD box set, because if you look on Amazon.com, you'll notice that the Blu-ray box art just features like a cropped version of the poster with all 4 Jaegers like running towards the screen. So for this one, it seems like they're coming up with at least for the Ultimate 3D Blu-ray edition, it has an original artwork of Gypsy Danger in front of young Mako, which I think is kind of really cool. And I guess it's sort of like symbolic for how Mako would end up becoming starts out as the victim and then ends up becoming the savior / protector. And as not to my surprise, there's also apparently going to be a new I guess what do you call a limited edition Blu-ray 3D Blu-ray version where that comes with, I guess, a little statuette of Gypsy Danger in front of several buildings, which you can find in the link right below.
Godzilla approves.
So I guess I'm pretty sure all you guys are excited to finally own this movie in exactly 1 month from now.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna buy that shit like never before. I'm gonna fucking... I'm definitely buying it.
So much hot sex.
I'm gonna have so much...
Is this just the artwork for the Spanish release? Because I gotta say, I really like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure because, again, the last time I checked Amazon, it only has that one 3D... No, not 3D, just Blu-ray DVD combo with that that same poster from before, which is still a really awesome poster. Just that
My
whenever
only complaint is that is Gypsy Danger standing above young Mako, which is not correct. No. Anyway.
Well, guys, let me just say this.
This is not correct. How
Dylan.
dare you do that in terms of
worst box art ever.
Dylan, if that's the German version... I mean, if that's the... Fuck, I ruined the joke.
What?
Damn it. If that's the...
Guillermo del Toro with the Demons from Outer Space.
Gypsy Danger and the Demons from Outer Space.
Bill, I'm not sure if you know this, but Spanish and German are 2 very different languages.
Guys, it's
Bill,
late. Leave me alone. I just read a
Bill,
text,
what
whatever.
What if in the German version of this movie they explain that all of the kaiju were created by Dr. Frankenstein?
and all of the Jaegers are King Kong in robot suits.
No, one King Kong. one is King Kong, the other's Konga, the other's
One's Mighty Joe Young.
yes.
But yeah,
The Mighty Peking Man.
but yeah,
one
to
is
come back
Kong.
to what we're actually talking about. I really like that artwork. Like, Bill, I know you're the one who has final say on if anything goes in the video, and even if you do say yes, you're probably going to forget to put it in there anyway. But I'm going to send you a link.
Probably.
I'm going to send you a link right now to an image that perfectly sums up how this fits on the jizz scale.
Oh yeah, we're rating things. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh God!
Oh my
That
god!
picture is. a great
God
picture
damn it,
of-
Super DM! I'm eating McDonald's.
Now, that is literally what happened when they leaked the Godzilla thing. No.
I can't. Wait, Dave. Please tell me please tell me that some of the food you're eating has mayo on it.
Shut up.
Please tell me you ordered the special sauce.
Please tell me you ordered Big Jake's birthday surprise.
Like that's one of those secret menu items.
Extra cheese and extra mayo.
Oh no!
Oh, so that's not
This is
talking.
amazing.
This is why he hasn't been talking. He's been eating.
Thanks, Super DM.
Now he just starts projectile vomiting all over the room.
I gotta say, when I think back to the first episode of this podcast, this is the image that comes to mind.
It's just a fucking leg dead baby.
The disc scale really started on that Godzilla World War G video.
No, yeah, the jizz scale started at World War G3,
Yeah.
and then we carried it over to the Sons of Serizawa podcast.
I know,
guys,
it's just that whole
guys-
conversation near the end about all the plane jizz
Oh my god.
and how you can contract snakes.
Apparently.
Or no, wait, that was in the second episode. Never mind.
No, yeah, the snakes was in the first.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My continuity is not sound.
Your continuity
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
Yeah, Dylan, go in the corner. Go in the fucking
Go in
corner.
the corner.
we need
Corner.
travel. We need a time travel plot to make sense out of all of this.
We need
So-
Grant Morrison to come in and explain the continuity of
Oh,
the Sons of Serizawa
oh, no.
podcast.
Well, you see, when the people from the future went back and replaced our old jizz scale with a 3-headed one, what happened is
It invented Mecha Jizz Ghidorah.
because when Marty got up to 88 miles per hour, he produced 1.21 gigawatts in the flux capacitor, and
And you see, when the Doctor went back in time to the 60s and the Angels were in the present, his TARDIS remained behind.
if you could just channel all of that energy into the warp drive,
We were able to summon Purunga through the 7 Dragon Balls while wishing
and if
for
things go bad,
immortality.
And
just
if
reverse,
you wish upon a star...
if things
Now
go
you
south,
know,
just
everybody,
reverse the
and
polarity
knowing
of the
is half the
neutron
battle.
flow.
Oh, this is wow.
You know what? Now I'm getting an image of Back to the Future where instead of Doc Brown creating a time machine using a DeLorean, it's just Mecha King Ghidorah, and Marty's like, Doc, you mean to tell me you build a time machine out of a Ghidorah? Marty, if you're gonna build a time machine, why not do it in style? Holy shit, Doc, this is heavy. I know.
Don't curse, Marty. Don't curse. Slaps him.
Great Scott!
Great
you
Scott.
Can you imagine the reaction when he gets back to the 50s?
Oh God.
Oh my god. See, that explains the entire continuity of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Marty McFly flies Mecha King Ghidorah back to 1954 Tokyo and destroys it,
I know.
replacing the first Godzilla attack.
At this point,
I can't say with all certainty whether this science is sound.
Shut up, Dylan. That's blasphemy.
No. The science simply is.
It exists. Whether or not it is sound is up to interpretation.
So what you're saying in the Forrest Gump language is science is as science does.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure at this point all our haters are like they're ready to start like typing comments. Oh my god, this podcast makes no sense whatsoever. I'm totally not going to follow it.
And then they can.
I'm not gonna follow this stupid content because it makes no sense. You people
And then-
are
Never
stupid.
stay on topic.
You guys just need to
right now. It's the serious topic. I know this is a podcast where
You
conversation
need to go
is
dine.
something. You guys just need to go shove something from Big Jake and put it up your ass.
Yeah, why don't you guys just go get Big Jake of your own
Dude,
volition
why
and
the
just...
hell are you still making JJ's jet plane jokes? Haven't you guys put that in
AJ, why don't you marry it?
You can tell we
Where
love.
you-
You can tell we love our audience.
You can tell we
Dear
love our
Sons of
fans.
Serizawa, I am very offended with that last message that you sent us.
And this is the moment where the Sons of Serizawa died. Is when
Bill,
the rest of the episode we just started insulting our fan base.
Bill, you have over 900 subscribers, okay? I'm pretty sure we're gonna survive, okay?
Oh, I don't know if we will, Andres. I don't know. They're starting to turn on us already, so this is the straw that broke the camel's back.
With Looney Tunes logic.
Yeah.
We must put down this rebellion.
Oh God! All right.
Next story.
I don't know how.
Some of the lions entertainment. No, take him away.
I don't know how this started.
When your subscribers get here, they will find that my battle station is quite operational.
Oh,
Dear Sons of
snap.
Serizawa, I am very offended that you compared us to the stupid rebels from Star Wars, the original.
How dare you make a reference to Star Wars? Making
How
Star
dare
Wars
you
up
do that?
it's like the cliche thing.
Wait, no, I've got a better one.
I thought this was a Godzilla podcast, not about G's and JJ's and time travel.
Dear Sons of
This is so
Serizawa,
stupid, man.
Dear Sons of Serizawa, you're nothing but a bunch of faggots. The end.
No, it's Dear Sons of Serizawa. Gay.
Yeah.
Buddy, on a count of 3, we're all gonna say yay and just prolong it, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Yay!
And I know on Skype that sounded like shit. So I apologize to everyone who had to listen to that. Because it just kept... Oh, man.
For the record, none of us are homophobic.
Yes.
At least I hope so. I'm not sure about Foghorn Leghorn over here.
Wait, what?
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Oh, no, everyone. It's General Tight-Ass.
Story.
Yeah, I think we better move on.
Okay, this one's quite a big doozy. Okay, so for our next story, we are once again going back to Jurassic Park 4, which now has an official title. Now I like
Jurassic Park: Wrath of Clarence. We're like, those fucking cocksuckers stole our shit.
Jurassic Park does Manhattan.
Jurassic Park: Jurassic Harder.
I'm so glad you guys did that, because I was about to suggest we do the same thing we did for Sharknado 2, where I have you guys guessing the title before I reveal the actual one.
Alright, Jurassic Park 4. No, for Jurassic... No, wait, hang on.
For Jurassic 4 Park.
I forgot the actual title of Too Fast, Too Furious. I was like, wait, how did that work?
For Jurassic 4 Park.
It's just called Jurassic 4.
Jurassic Park 4, Sharkalanch.
The tagline is the science is sound.
Jurassic Park 4, the final chapter, and then they make like 6 more.
The final chapter to the final chapter.
David, if you don't know what the real title is, you want to guess it?
It's a good day to Jurassic Park. Sorry.
It's just gonna be a walk in the park.
No! So, David?
Fucker.
I already know what the title is, but for the fun of it, I'm just gonna guess. Jurassic Sun.
The son of Jurassic Park. How does that even work?
Jurassic Park: The Return.
Okay, so here's the actual title. Are you guys ready?
No, but go ahead.
Hold on to your butts.
Jurassic.
It is, Jurassic World.
What? Okay.
What?
Jurassic
I like
World.
the title. I actually really like that title.
It sounds like a stupid theme park outside of like a fucking zoo or something.
Yeah, it sounds like with Disney, you have Disneyland and then you have Disney World, and it's basically just the same thing.
Welcome to Jurassic World, hosted by me, Redneck Godzilla.
Yeah!
Hey, and they wouldn't have to change the voice
Okay,
of
guys,
Richard.
guys, I need to find you this because everyone's screaming yeehaw. You guys have to watch this, and then you guys will understand why I keep laughing at whenever you guys yell yeehaw. Hold on.
Well, hang on, just to get serious for a minute.
So here's the synopsis. The synopsis is that, well, apparently the synopsis is that it's going to take place like years after the trilogy, where you already have a working Jurassic Park theme park. I know that sounded redundant, but yeah, basically it's
a working theme park of Jurassic Park.
They made it. It worked, and then things go wrong.
Of course they do.
But they
can't not go wrong.
You can't have a working Jurassic Park, in my opinion, though, because that just sort of defeats the purpose of the original movie. Unless this new movie goes by Jurassic Park builder rules.
Okay.
Oh my God! I hope it does.
Okay,
Where if the dinosaurs break out, they just have to pay like 17,000 coins, and it puts everything back.
All right, guys.
Okay,
I just sent you a link to the video of some guy screaming yeehaw, and you guys need to watch it.
All right,
Okay.
well, Andres, before you continue, let me watch this because I might.
Commentary time.
All right,
Because
Andres,
Yeah.
This is why I keep laughing at when you guys scream yeehaw.
all right, I know what it is. So, Andres, go ahead.
Right before the wheel meet again.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Andres,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right, and then as an extra bonus for this for this news story, there was apparently a Star Wars convention that happened in Germany, and I think the director of Jurassic World showed a supposed teaser for this upcoming film, and
At
apparently
a Star
it's like
Wars
not
convention?
really. Yeah, I know.
And revealed that the actual title for the movie was Jurassic Park 4: The Demons from Outer Space.
But it was at a Star Wars
Co-starring-
convention.
Yeah,
Is
co-starring.
is the new dinosaur they were talking about? Is it going to turn out to be a rancor?
Yes.
But then what was it? I believe it was the producers of the film came out and said, no, this is not a teaser for the film, but it's a teaser for a canceled video game that happens to share the same title as Jurassic World. But then a lot of people are thinking, wait a minute, why would you just now be showing this teaser at the same time you're showing revealing the title? That's quite suspicious. So I guess I think this may be a teaser for what the film could be, for the direction for what the film could be going in. And I'm going to be sharing you the link so that hopefully we can share our thoughts while watching the
maybe the movie shares the plot of the
Hang on,
canceled video game.
Let me just say this. Andres, that explanation might be so asinine it might just be true. Like what they're saying, if they're saying that that explanation makes so little sense, it might actually be true.
Yeah, because I mean it makes about as much sense as copyright law, and that's true.
Well, but what do they gain? Okay, so let's say what they showed was actually a teaser.
Mm-hmm.
If they showed the teaser for a canceled video game, why they would do that, I don't know. And if they show a teaser for a canceled video game, that pretty much reveals where they got the inspiration for the title from. So maybe the pitch for the movie, the concept for the movie, is just the teaser for that canceled video game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe they share the same plot.
So maybe it's actually, I don't know. Well, hang on, let's watch it.
Okay, so you want to do this thing where we all synchronize and try to press play at the same time while having Bill be the only one with audio?
Yeah, because that always works.
No, let's just watch it.
Okay, we did do that once, but we didn't record it.
All right, well, let's just do it now, and I don't want to put it in the video, but if you're a copyright, but I'll put a link on. You can go to the Sons of Serizawa Facebook page to get a link.
All right, so you guys ready?
No.
All right, just let me know when you're all when the video is paused.
Okay, I got it. I'm still watching. What?
I see a bird.
I think it's
Gauss.
I think it's a Quetzalcoatlus, the largest. I think it's considered the largest flying pterosaur.
Oh yeah.
Or the largest creature.
No, you guys are all wrong. It's Batman.
Of course, it's always Batman.
The CG was really bad.
No,
Yeah.
it's not for. But Adam, it's not for the movie. It's for a video game. To be fair.
Oh.
It looks almost
Because I wasn't
like
paying attention.
it looks slightly a higher asylum quality.
Oh my God!
That was awesome.
You just picked off a fucking surfer.
As the
Look at that person,
lifeguard,
he's just-
I am very nervous. I feel very nervous watching this.
You're a lifeguard?
Yeah.
Oh!
That's awesome.
I am certainly going to rescue that guy.
This is really gory.
That's awesome.
If this is the movie, I'm good.
I'm good.
Hey,
I will go see this in theaters.
I just want to say, I called it. I called it.
You called what? The fact that it's a surfer?
No. Remember from the last episode when I said, hey, what if the next Jurassic Park movie is going to be about dinosaurs on the loose attacking people, like in Dinosaurs Attack?
And I was like, oh, that's well, me and Dylan said the same thing, and I actually still kind of stand by this. I don't know if that's a great concept for a Jurassic Park movie.
Mm-hmm.
And, aesthetically, this looks amazing. This looks fucking awesome. I don't know if I want to see it done with Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
No.
the Jurassic Park is not, and I said this last time, Jurassic Park isn't about, it shouldn't be a series of monster movies. It should more be a science fiction story about the nature of, being a businessman, of showmanship, of science, of the advancement of science, whether or not cloning dinosaurs is okay. And
No.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cool idea. They should have just done it as dinosaurs. I don't know. This might not be the actual teaser for the movie, so I'm going to withhold judgment. I don't know. It looks awesome. I don't know if it should be a Jurassic Park movie, though.
It does remind me of this one Asylum movie. Maybe it wasn't an Asylum movie, but it was a movie I saw on the Sci-Fi Channel. I think it was simply called Pteranodon, where it just had mercenaries fighting Pteranodon that was picking them off one by one. And this,
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, and this when I first saw this supposed teaser, I automatically thought back to that movie. So maybe it could be. Yeah.
Here's what could be interesting. What if they did this instead of just doing the dinosaurs on the loose? What if they get loose and they turn areas in which the dinosaurs have made their territories, they've guarded them off and turned it into a makeshift Jurassic Park?
And since these dinosaurs are all over the world, that could explain the title.
That would be a lot cooler and a lot more relevant to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
you could still have them get loose. Yeah, you could still have them get loose because it's Jurassic Park. But I mean, just that premise alone is a lot cooler to me. And and you could still do some commentary there on showmanship and the nature of science and all the stuff that Jurassic Park was amazing for.
No, Bill, what it needs to be is us building mechs to fight the dinosaurs. No,
Yes.
No, but maybe since it's called Jurassic World, I can get away with doing what I said it shouldn't do, because since it's called World and it's not called Jurassic Park 4, I can kind of sort of look at it as not being the same series, but being like a spin-off.
But Dylan, it's still a Jurassic Park movie. That's like like saying The Dark Knight isn't a sequel to Batman Begins because it doesn't have Batman in the title.
That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah, and just want to let you know I posted a link showing the logo for Jurassic World.
I was gonna say, Andreas, we know what the logo for Jurassic Park looks like.
We're not noobs here, Andres. I went and saw it.
It's just now again, if it's what I said, and it's like if they do it like the dinosaurs get loose in the beginning,
mm-hmm.
and then wherever they, because they're obviously going to look for territory to stay.
Yeah.
Then they build up around that. That could be really cool, and you could do almost like a nature reserve for the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I don't know. That could be really cool. I like that better than just doing an on the loose monster attack movie.
Mm-hmm. Have you checked out the logo yet?
Yes.
All right.
It's the same. It's the Jurassic Park logo, but it's blue.
Yeah.
Ooh, big
and
change.
purple.
A little purple, and then obviously they changed the name. But David, I know you probably know a little bit more about this than Dylan and I and Adam do. So, what are your thoughts on the concept for Jurassic World?
I do love the basic premise of it. Did you guys know that actually it's the T-Rex and the Velociraptors who are going to be the good guys in Jurassic World?
Wait, there's going to be good guys?
How are there good guys?
How are the dinosaurs good guys?
If you remember from Jurassic Park 1, the T-Rex was sort of like a good guy when he saved the human characters from the Velociraptors.
But he's not a good guy. He just happens to be like, oh, look, food.
Yeah, that's not
the theme
not
song
the
was
T-Rex.
playing in the background.
That was not the T-Rex deciding to save them. That was just happenstance.
I mean, and that was just done more for dramatic effect. I don't know.
I'm just joking, of course.
But what do they mean by good guys?
It's because in I guess in the theme park they have this new dinosaur that doesn't even exist. It's genetically engineered, and it develops
that's a cool idea.
Yeah, it develops a level of intelligence, and it just escapes and starts chaos around the park and starts freeing a few dinosaurs, I guess. And apparently the Velociraptors and T-Rex just team up to like stop the dinosaur.
Dude, that's fucking Clarence. It's Clarence to a T. They fucking stole our idea.
Yes.
By the way, Bill. At this point, you need to show them a picture of our audience, a picture of the Therizinosaurus.
The Therizinosaurus.
Because I demand it.
We'll see. We'll see if it strikes my fancy.
I think it would be more apt to show them a picture of Clarence.
Okay, yeah.
Guys,
I'd rather have you share an image of Clarence as opposed to the Therizinosaurus.
Well, let me just. Oh, is that the giant claw?
Yeah, the giant claw.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So they know what that looks like.
Giant claw.
They deserve to know what the giant claw really looks like.
It's just the fucking bird.
What if they put the Therizinosaurus in Jurassic Park, but they shipped all the movie off to have all the effects done by some company in Mexico?
It's just a bunch of shitty puppets.
Just for that dinosaur. Every other dinosaur looks fine.
Oh, I would pay to see that version of Jurassic World. I don't know. When you say it like that, I'd only be okay with it if they explain that it's fucking up the ecosystem, and that's the only reason the T-Rex tries to take it down. That I'd be alright with. Them being good guys, I don't need a buddy cop movie with a T-Rex and a Velociraptor, as funny as that sounds.
I do. I just don't need it to be Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no, we'll do one with toys, but we don't need the actual filmmakers to do it.
Now I'm starting to think like you said, a buddy cop film. One's a Velociraptor who goes by the book. The other is a T-Rex who follows his own instincts.
No, I would imagine
and T-Rex in Jaws and Claws.
The Velociraptor has that line where he's talking to the T-Rex, and he's like, "You're a loose cannon, and I do not agree with your methods." No. Instead of the other guys, they're the extinct guys.
It'll be called lethal. Lethal claws. Lethal weapon.
Claws for alarm. No, that doesn't work.
The Crime Extinction Unit.
Extinctard. Go Extinctard.
Go
I don't know.
Go home.
I don't know. It sounds better than Jurassic Park 3. I'll give it that. But I'm going to withhold judgment to see how they handle.
I don't believe it's like 100% true. At least 50%, because right now Jurassic World is at least in the early stages of development. I mean, they have an outline. I doubt they have a completed script, and here's why. A year before Man of Steel was released, they leaked the treatment for what was apparently the treatment for Man of Steel, and a lot of people dismissed this as fake. It was a work of fiction. After Man of Steel was released, the scriptwriter David Goyer released his treatment, which was an exact replica of that treatment that was released the previous year. And
oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
So different. The treatment was so different from the final film. It just, it didn't balance out. I'm thinking like the same situation is happening here. Maybe they have that idea right now, but it's going to change later on when they actually develop the final shooting script.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I have this a lot with movies like this, with franchises like this. The initial premise of continuing the story always sounds really bizarre to me. But once it gets fleshed out, a lot of the times I find myself being, all right, that kind of fits. So that's why I'm saying I'm going to withhold judgment, because if they find a way to fit it in really well with Jurassic Park, that's fucking awesome. But just as, like, early concept, we'll see.
Okay. I'm pretty excited for whatever news we may find. I seem to be more okay with the idea of dinosaurs on the loose, or like just wrecking carnage. I don't know. And Jurassic Park, I think I may have mentioned this before in maybe another video somewhere on the internet, that Jurassic Park is my all-time favorite movie. And it's really the movie, and I guess it's in the series as a whole, is very near and dear to my heart. It made me the man I am today. And
your mother is just like, fuck you, Andres.
My mother was a saint. You take that back, sir. Anyways,
dude,
but
yeah. No, I hear you. Same here.
Yeah, so I still remain very hopeful for this new installment, and hopefully will not only be worthy to this now 20-year-old series. God, I feel old saying that. And
yeah, I know, right? I can't believe. Wow, if Jurassic Park's 20, I'm almost 20. So wow,
dude, I'm slightly older than Jurassic Park by 1 year.
Ooh.
Oh God.
I like the idea of genetically engineering new dinosaurs, because it fits with the idea of like what they were doing in the original movie, and how it was wrong and all that. And plus, by genetically engineering new dinosaurs, we can have toys, lots and lots of toys.
Yes, we can have
merchandise, sir.
We could have a 3-armed T-Rex.
We will
about the possibilities.
genetically engineer new dinosaurs, and then we will slap them on a plastic lunchbox and we'll sell it.
We're going to sell it. No, but dude, that actually makes a lot of sense, because it could comment on the concept of showmanship, that they genetically engineered new dinosaurs to keep the patrons guessing on what's going to be there, to keep them attracted. That could be some really good commentary, because then they could create more dangerous dinosaurs that leads to a cataclysm.
Have you guys
They create a T-Rex with Triceratops horns and Ankylosaurus armor.
No, they create a T-Rex that's a mix with an iguanodon and with Stegosaurus spines. Think about it.
So they create Godzilla?
Yes.
Have you guys already forgotten they sort of did that already with the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park 1? Because, that thing had a frill and was spitting not acid, but spitting out like poison, even though there was absolutely no evidence whatsoever to support that the Dilophosaurus.
Well, not only that, but real Dilophosauruses were much larger than that.
Yeah,
but to be fair, that comes straight from the book. Michael Crichton Michael Crichton actually does it more often. He makes several of the dinosaurs poisonous in the books. The compies are poisonous in the books, for instance.
The T-Rex is fucking poisonous.
It'd be great. He has a rattle on his tail. No.
I remember originally the designer for the dinosaurs models in the first movie, he wanted to give all the velociraptors forked tongues like snakes, and I believe Steven Spielberg was like, no, we want to do these as accurate representations at the end.
They did tests of the kitchen scene where like they're tonguing the ladle or whatever, where the velociraptors had forked tongues, and it didn't look good at all. And Steven Spielberg was like, no, we're going to give them regular tongues. Plus they had a paleontologist working with them on the film, and he was like, no.
Yeah.
That's very ironic you mentioned that they want to go for accuracy, because in order to they've already announced this like a couple months ago, that in order to stay in continuity with the with the original Jurassic Park movies, they want to have the Raptors not have any feathers, but still remain scaly.
I'm cool with that. I mean, the problem with Jurassic Park is that they were so accurate, but they were only accurate to the current state of paleontology. I mean, the biggest example, guess how the T-Rex sees.
It's not the way that they say so in the movie.
Now, and the reference they made to that in Jurassic Park 3 was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But despite that, I don't know. It's kind of a deadly area for how you characterize the animals.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we're ready to move on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good. Anyone else have anything else to add?
I had something to say, but it's escaped me.
Aw.
Right. Adam or David, you guys have been quiet.
I have absolutely nothing to say because I honestly don't give a shit about this.
Okay, yeah. I remember now. Another example: Velociraptors are really nothing like that in real life.
They're like the size of a small dog.
Yeah,
they're very small.
They're smaller, and really the raptors in Jurassic Park are more based off of like Utah raptor.
Yeah,
and Deinonychus.
Deinonychus.
If you watch the very well praised documentary Walking with Dinosaurs,
I love that show.
It's an amazing documentary. The 6th part where they go to the Cretaceous period, they want to show a representation of raptors because that's when they were at their most prominent, because raptors, because of Jurassic Park, were so popular. So like we gotta show them in there somehow. So they're like, all right, we want to show the popular conception of raptors, so I guess we better use the Utahraptors because they look like how the raptors looked in the movie. But really, when they did a spin-off of Walking with Dinosaurs later, when they did Chased by Dinosaurs, they show real velociraptors, and they're fucking tiny.
Well, here's the thing. Real velociraptors are really tiny, but they are really that smart. Or they were that smart. Like how they showed the one thing on the original Jurassic Park that they nailed with the Velociraptors were they were probably the smartest dinosaur to ever exist.
Yeah, it's just the size that was the problem. And they did that because
it's more dramatic. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah,
you know what I would?
Gals.
You know what I would like to see in the Jurassic Park movies in the future, since they keep adding new dinosaurs. You guys know what a Gigantoraptor is?
Yes.
No. That sounds awesome, though.
I'm Googling that right now.
It's a lot more bird-like than the raptors that you see in Jurassic Park. It's actually in the Oviraptor family, which is technically a different family, but they attach the word raptor to it anyway. But
they're very different. They're eggy.
But anyway, they're huge feathered dinosaurs with these powerful beaks, and they're actually omnivorous. They can eat meat or plants.
Right. Yeah, they have those beaks.
I'm sending you guys a picture.
They were in the movie Dinosaur from Disney.
Yeah, I remember that.
Raptor? Oh, Oviraptor.
No, the Oviraptor.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Wow, look at those. Those things are fucking hideous.
They're like the terror birds, but more turkey-ish.
Yeah.
And bigger.
Gobble, motherfucker.
Let me tell you, those things scare me. Scare the living shit out of me, the terror birds.
And you know why? Because they actually still kind of exist.
There are ostriches. They could evolve back into terror birds, and our descendants could still be around for that. That is a frightening concept.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of are they called the elephant birds? They're the ones that went extinct in New Zealand. Hold on.
Wasn't there a famous picture of a guy next to a egg or a skeleton of that thing?
There's something
an egg. Yeah.
And we lost Dave. Fuck.
But yeah, what happened was they were hunted to extinction. The elephant birds.
Yeah.
And those things were deadly motherfuckers, apparently.
Adam, were they in New Zealand or were they in?
They were in New Zealand.
Okay, yeah, I've heard about them. Yeah. There are still rumors that they're still around.
Yeah, there was an episode of Destination Truth. Yeah. I
when did they go extinct? How recent was this?
It was very recent. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of the same thing as the Tasmanian tiger.
Those are some big.
Those things
birds.
freak me out too. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys there was a movie that recently I never finished it, but it was a damn good thriller. There's a movie that came out with Willem Dafoe called Hunter, and it was all about him going to Tasmania and hunting the last Tasmanian tiger. It was set in the present day, like there might still one be around, and they want to get its DNA so they can clone it and make money off of it, kind of Jurassic Park style. But it's not about him finding the tiger; it's more about his journey as a man and shit. It's really interesting.
Well, you know what really?
See, now all we have to do now is drive the Tasmanian devil to extinction to continue our proud tradition of just fucking with Tasmanian's ecosystem.
It's a really fucked up place too. So
there used to be people there, like there were Tasmanian people, and they're all gone too because we pulled a Cortez on them.
Yeah, and now it's just all Australians there. So
You know what really interests me in terms of like the cloning stuff, and I don't know if you guys are interested in this at all, but out of all the really old things, I was never really interested in dinosaurs. What really interested me were the woolly mammoths. Like I have like a bajillion books on woolly mammoths, and like my favorite show wasn't Walking with Dinosaurs. It was Walking with Prehistoric Beasts. And,
yeah, I like that one as well. Great continuation. Yeah.
But let me tell you this. They just found a fully preserved... Well, have you guys heard of the Cube? Not the Star Trek Cube, but the Cube. They basically found this frozen Jarkov mammoth.
And David has returned.
And oh my god,
Adam, you are talking about the ones that they're trying to clone right now, right?
Yeah, but they just found a new one.
Okay,
hang on, Adam.
Going like crazy.
Yeah, Adam, hang on. David, put headphones in.
All right, hold on.
Okay.
God, no wonder why people hate me. My voice is annoying.
He just comes to this realization.
This is
God.
Oh my God. Oh, hang on, Adam. Before you continue, let me just ask, Andres, how many more stories do you have?
Oh, just two. One is like so ridiculous it has to be talked about, and the other one is gonna make you guys go crazy. At least anyone who is a fan of a certain television show from the 90s.
All right, let me say this: which one is gonna get more comedy mileage?
Oh my.
The like I said, the one that's so crazy it's true.
We're gonna do that one. Save the other one for next time, only because we're going very long.
Okay. Well, we could. No. Okay.
Just do me that favor. Save it for next time.
All right. Oh my God, I so want to share that last bit of news with you guys.
All right. Well, when you do it quick, because we're running really long. Anyway, Adam, finish your thought on the woolly mammoth.
I'm not, because it's not worth it.
Okay. Well, I'll just say this. Do you guys remember? It was around the time, I believe, Walking with Dinosaurs actually came out. The news broadcast they did when they found one of the first well-preserved woolly mammoths in ice.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember that.
The thing that I just wanted to bring up was, I was actually going to talk about this. They thought that one, they were going to get this new one that they just found fully preserved. It still has fur on it and everything. They were able to extract sperm.
Oh.
Sweet, I want a pet mammoth.
I know. I want a pet mammoth.
Guys, now we can make the joke. Mammoth jizz.
Yes. See, here's the thing: we can take these mammoths and clone them and create, but we can also genetically engineer tiny pork belly mammoths, and I will have one, and I will name it George.
Well, you know what? Well, you guys realize that woolly mammoths also helped build the pyramids.
Of course.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes.
And everyone knows that the woolly mammoth came from Atlantis.
That is clearly written in the Book of Emmerich. That
science is sound, according to him.
The science is sound. Andres.
Yes.
The final news story.
Okay, the final news story is this really silly one where, okay, so you know how Toho Studios has a rather infamous reputation of suing the hell out of anyone that tries to.
Yeah, we have one of those victims in this podcast tonight.
Yes, and so apparently there was a brewer that got sued over their product Mecha Hopzilla beer.
Oh, really?
Mecha Hopzilla beer.
Now wait, first things first. That is a stupid ass name.
I'm sharing you the link, and the way the Mecha Hopzilla robot looks like, it looks more like the Dragon Zord than anything.
Bill, that is a stupid name, but you can't deny that if you saw that on a shelf and you were old enough to buy liquor, you would try it.
I mean, it looks nothing like Mechagodzilla, so I mean, honestly, I'm with Andres. The creators of Power Rangers should be suing them more than fucking Toho.
Apparently, Mecha Hopzilla isn't the only beer that has used Godzilla's name. Apparently, there has been Cascazilla, Dogzilla, Hopzilla, and Brewzilla.
Well, let me just ask this in this token, because this has obviously happened before, where Toho has sued people for using the ending word Zilla. Uh-huh. Does the show Bridezillas pay Toho to use that name?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I haven't
not anymore. They're Not anymore. They just wrapped up their final season.
Well, but I'm saying when they were on, and Dylan, it is depressingly sad that you know that.
My mother watches that show religiously.
Okay, well I'm just saying I'm a little worried about you, buddy.
I kind of want them to make a spin-off called Mecha Bridezillas where it's about cyborgs.
No. That'll be a spin-off that'll be created 20 years later in the future.
Yes.
But they must, I guess, right? All right, Dylan. Next time your mom watches it, watch the credits and see if there's any mention of Toho in the credits. If they are paying them to use that last part, it's got to be in there. And if it is in there, I am going to jizz.
Let's see. Okay, so I'm on the Bridezilla's Wikipedia page, and so far Toho has not come up on the word search.
What about Mozilla? Do they have to pay?
I use Firefox on my computer, and I imagine they do, right?
I mean, I don't
but
know.
It's like,
attaching the word Zilla to something has just become sort of a pop culture way of saying it's big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look up Godzilla in the dictionary, it doesn't come up with a character. It says something gigantic and overproportional. I
mean, that's how I came up with the name Musla. I just chopped off the ZIL.
Yeah. Well, let me just say this. And I just completely forgot what it was.
Let me just say something that I'm going to forget.
Oh, no, I remember. What about the movie Croczilla that came out recently? Did they have to pay?
Maybe Toho didn't notice them, yet how were they able to notice this one beer?
Or on Shark Week last year, they had a thing called Sharkzilla. Did these people have to pay Toho in order to use that name?
Wait a minute, there's something called Croczilla.
There's a movie called Croczilla. I haven't seen it.
Is this a sci-fi? Is this a sci-fi channel thing?
It's actually a company that's lower than the Asylum. So imagine that.
It's a Chinese production. Dude, I just recently saw this movie, and I got to bring this up now, or else I'll forget. I just recently saw this Sci-Fi Channel original movie, and I don't know if it's Asylum or not, but it's called Ragin Cajun Redneck Gators.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wait, no.
So
Even
good.
better. A movie that was on before we started recording was RoboCroc. Now, since I'm on a RoboCop kick right now, that was amazing.
So, let me just tell you the premise for Raging Cajun Redneck Gators.
Just the fucking title.
This guy was mixing this new chemical in with his moonshine that was supposed to make it better, but it tasted terrible, so he dumps it in the lake. Somehow this moonshine mutates some of the local gators into these giant gator creatures, and they have spikes on their tails that they can shoot out like a porcupine quill.
What?
And they are literally rednecks because the scales on their necks are red.
Oh,
the
God.
science
Fuck that
most
movie.
definitely sound.
The
But
science is most definitely sound with this
here's
Raging Cajun movie.
Here's the best part. If a Raging Cajun Redneck Gator attacks you and bites you and you survive, you go through a werewolf man transformation and turn into a Raging Cajun Redneck Gator.
How does that...
Dude, this is the
I don't know,
remake
but
to the Alligator Man.
The movie is so good. The movie actually is really good. It's a masterpiece.
What?
The main character's dad gets turned into one of these Raging Cajun Redneck Gators, and the way she can tell that it's him is because he had a gold tooth.
Oh my God.
So the Raging Cajun Redneck Gator has a golden fang. Now, how that fake tooth mutated, I don't know.
Well, let me ask this.
Do they look like this? Do they look like this image I just shared right now?
Let me just ask this. When they turn into the Raging...
Oh my God, that's from the Alligator people. I love that.
Yeah, that's actually a really awesome movie.
I wish that's
not,
what they looked like, but no.
That's one of Lon Chaney's kind of midway movies between his final career and the Wolfman stuff.
I
So
really like that movie. My father hates that movie with a passion. I didn't mind it.
I enjoy that movie. It's fun. The makeup is great. The makeup is really good.
Other than the quicksand. The quicksand was horrible because you could definitely tell it was a sheet of...
Yeah, and the finalized Gator people, the midway, the midway transformation looked really good. The final one,
it looked like a man in a suit.
Yeah, it did. But the midway transformation was fucking spectacular.
Right.
But let me just ask this about Ragin' Cajun Redneck Alligators.
No, not alligators, just gators.
my mistake. I apologize.
Down on the bayou, we don't call them alligators.
You just call them gators. Wait, Dylan, you live in Tennessee. Do you even have bayous?
We have bogs.
We have...
Do you have any gators in said bogs?
When I say we, I'm just referring to Southerners in general.
We just have... Oh, my God.
Like,
all right.
if a gator escaped from my local zoo and was walking across the street, I would not say, hey, look, there is an alligator. I would say, look, Mom, there's a gator.
Now I want to remake the movie Alligator and cast Dylan as every character. Look, Mom, there's a gator.
And get the shotgun.
Everyone just carries a shotgun. It's over in like 2 minutes because they just kill every alligator on screen.
And be sure you have
the Ragin Cajun redneck gator.
Oh my god!
Well, looks like I know what I'm gonna have for dinner.
Oh,
yeah.
I always thought it was Ragin Cajun because I've seen the movie as well. I thought it was Ragin Cajun, but no, it's Ragin Cajun redneck gator.
They put the apostrophe after the N in Ragin.
Well, let me ask my question. Dylan, do they show the transformation or do they do it off screen?
When the dad turns into, and actually I think this is actually a picture of the dad. If you look at the picture I just put in the link, that one has the gold tooth. When the dad transforms, you get a shot of his face, which I will now send you a link to because that's actually a pretty cool looking image. But then when her boyfriend also gets transformed into a Ragin Cajun redneck gator, we see his transformation.
Does it look like shit?
Oh,
it looks pretty bad.
It's so bad. Like, it makes the transformation of the Wolfman on the original The Wolfman
the feet
look phenomenal.
Because here's the thing, they actually start out with like practical makeup, but then they go straight into like this CG transformation, and the transition is not subtle at all.
So Dylan, I want to send that picture because it's ridiculous.
I want to see it.
The transformation is not sound.
It's ridiculous.
Dylan, is it worse than the transformation into the empty child from Doctor Who?
Yes, it is much worse.
Okay. That defines it.
Because that still has a cool factor, and this does not.
Yeah, I mean that's still alright, but it's very 2005.
You know what this picture reminds me of?
This is a continuity error. This is a continuity error because he does not have the gold tooth in that shot. Just saying.
What the hell?
Hold on. There's another one of the guy that plays her boyfriend who also gets turned into a gator when he's like on set. Hold on.
Wait. So he's actually turning into a gator, not a Ragin Cajun gator?
No, they turn into Ragin Cajun redneck gators, and they grow giant just like all the other Ragin Cajun red.
Guys, we may need to change our commentary to this movie because this is amazing.
Do a commentary of Ragin Cajun redneck gators.
Yes. And every time we refer to the gators, we have to say Ragin Cajun redneck gators.
I just love saying the title. Ragin
Wait, guys.
Redneck.
I really hope this gets picked up for an animated series and it gets just as popular as TMNT.
I hope it does Sharknado.
Ragin Cajun redneck gators.
Oh, Bill, wait till you see this.
I actually made
in the bayou,
I actually made that joke when I first saw the movie. I was like, Ragin Cajun Ninja Gators, what?
That's actually pretty. I mean, it looks fucking creepy as hell, but it looks pretty good actually.
Oh, but when it's
moving, but see, that's what I'm saying. It goes from that to a CG shot of his shirt like breaking open and this big like gator back pop. You'd have to see it. It's terrible.
All right, it's official. Here's what we're doing. We're going to do an MST3K reference episode of the Sons of Serizawa where we do a short, which will be an episode of JJ, and then we do a movie, and that will be
Redneck Gators,
and that will be Ragin Cajun redneck gators.
Oh my god! And I wish that the movie was just like, instead of transforming into a giant gator, I wish it was just them turning into like half gator, half people. Like, what do you see?
Yeah, that would be so much cooler, wouldn't it?
That would be really cool. What you're looking at right here, this would be a really good way to remake Alligator Man.
Yeah, I mean,
Ragin Cajun Gator Man.
Well, you know what I want to see? I want to see the creature from the Black Lagoon versus the alligator.
Sorry.
I just want to do a comic book where I
should
have all
be sorry, Andres.
You ruined my joke.
You should be sorry. That was a horrible, horrible joke.
have a three-way battle where like it's the alligator man and the creature from the Black Lagoon fighting the original fly.
And then they fight Jaws.
Oh my
and
God.
then
It's just
and
the
then
fly
Jaws,
head on top of the scientist's body.
and then the shark from Jaws comes up.
Well, you know what? The original Fly actually isn't a bad movie, though.
No, it's a pretty damn good movie.
I really liked the original Fly. The part at the end where the fly that's got his head is being eaten by
Oh man, that was disturbing. That scene still disturbs me.
Help me!
It's the scream that makes it as haunting as. I mean, the effect isn't bad either, actually, but it's just, it's not. It's the scream that sells it. It's really like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm now.
Now the
Fly is one of those movies where it's like with most movies I either prefer the original or prefer the remake. With The Fly, it's very much I like both of them equally as much. And they both have really bad sequels.
And the thing is the same way for me.
Yeah, I'm kind of the Thing I feel the same way about. The prequel I still haven't seen, but from what I've seen, I thought it was terrible.
Obviously, I have that same feeling about King Kong, and hopefully I'll have it about Godzilla.
Well, I don't even know if we can call what we're going to get a remake as much as it is a reboot. Well, I suppose you'll say characterizations for Godzilla.
Yeah.
But anyway, boys, we're 2.5 hours in. I'm tired as fuck, and I think we've gotten plenty of jollies out of this episode, so I think we're going to turn in for the night. But anyway, thanks again, Andres, for all the news updates. You, of course, as always, have provided us with an expanded worldview, and I know we're all feeling edumacated after that.
Oh, yes, I feel very edumacated.
Edumacated.
Anyway, so thanks a lot.
Hold on, just want to say, like, once you give your sign out, we all have to go yeehaw at the same time.
Yes, we'll do it. All right. Well, hey, let me say this. Guys, let's try and get the outro right this week. Okay. So we're not going to do it yet, but let me just say this. The order it appears on the title card is how we're going to say it. Okay?
Oh, Jesus.
Right.
Hold on. I need to remember the title card. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
It's easy for me, because I'm last.
Adam, it's just ZGC, but then me and Andres are afterwards in not in alphabetical order, in a chronological order.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening to this week's edition of the Sons of Serizawa podcast. I'm Bill Worster.
I'm Gorazard.
I'm Adam Noyce.
I'm Super DM64.
And I'm Andres Perez, a.k.a. Kaiju Noir.
And of course, as always, the science is sound.
Now, if you'll excuse us, we have to go fight Ragin Cajun redneck gators.